and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
Welcome to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston. Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane. Here are Peter and Anthony with Sports 56 Mornings.
What? Oh my goodness. Welcome in, everybody!
Let's get it.
You know what? Let's get it.
Let us get it.
I think it's a good. Let us get this thing.
Yep.
That we call Sports 56 Mornings on a beautiful and not frozen Wednesday morning.
Talk about appreciating the little things, man. I'm telling you, I'm just driving, just looking at the scenery like, man, thank you to this, not ice and snow and whatever. Just got to get this water.
I mean, it's mud. It's mud, which is not great.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a lot of mud, which I'm not in. My yard is mud filled, and the dog goes outside and, paws are all muddy and all that. But
yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
For sure.
Compared to what it could have been, I'll take it. I'll love it, and I'll be happy with it, and I'm not going to complain. It is nice outside. When you wake up and it's in the 40s, I can deal with that. Because we've been waking up, and we wake up before the sun comes up, and it's it's been in the zeros. Yeah. So when it's in the 40s when you wake up,
I used to say I always leave the house overdressed because it gets warm in the middle of the day. But man, to be able to actually say that again.
The layers, man. The layers. That's the key. That's the key right there. So, welcome in, everybody. And I hope that you're having a wonderful morning, right? It's already 53. High is going to be all the way in the mid-60s again today. So, it was beautiful outside yesterday. It'll be beautiful outside again today and tomorrow, and then more rain coming for a while. So, just FYI on that one. My name is Peter Edmiston, joined by Anthony Sane, and, of course, producing the show today from South Memphis. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 foot, 7-ish, 162 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal. Ladies and gentlemen, Zach. What's up, Zach? Good morning.
What's going on, guys?
Making it, brother.
Just add a couple more inches and about 25 more pounds.
So you're 369, standing 5'9".
That's
shout out to
that's my motto.
The
That's
Yin
my
Yang
motto
twins.
That was my motto. Just add a couple inches and then 25.
Life
pounds.
is always better with a couple inches. Whatever you can do it wherever you are, it's always better with 2 inches.
That's exactly right. Except when it comes to snow, we added too many inches of that. That was
had enough of that. We gotta get this water thing figured out too, man. Because the updates ain't really coming out, and I need some.
Yeah.
I need. They're getting real Grizzly-esque. I think they call Zach Kleiman like, man, how do you sustain suspense the way that you do?
How do you sustain such a permanent state of question mark about what's actually going on and no real communication to speak of? What's happening there?
I would not say anything. I would just tell people to continue boiling water.
I would say that we'll have an update in 2 weeks on the boiling water situation, and
but
as
until
needed,
then,
and just
keep the advisory out of.
Well, as of yesterday, they had repaired. So here's the Yeah, I've been looking at. They have a little PDF that comes out with the.
No, I don't need a PDF. I need them to interrupt television.
No. I know, but I'm saying.
Yeah, override.
I'm not saying
my phone.
I'm not saying their communication. I'm not saying their communication is optimal. I'm just saying they got a PDF here, and yesterday there were 100 wells operational, 75%. I looked today, and it's 99 and 74%. We lost one. How did we lose one? Aren't we we went down one?
But they said
after a day of repair.
They
what
said
happened?
if stuff thaws out, it might be. I don't know.
I guess
maybe the one they thought was good. It wasn't really right. Man, I need this fixed, man.
Yeah, it's every morning I'm putting a little water on the toothbrush, and then I'm like, oh nope, I'm supposed to do the other water, and then I'm like, oh nope, pour myself, about to get a little something out of the faucet. Nope, can't do that. Wait, sorry. All these little things I do in the faucet, I'm like, oh geez, now I got to go get the jug of water and put the stuff.
Right.
I never realized how many things I just wash off briefly and then put in my mouth.
Don't even think about it. Yep.
Like my apple. That's I have an apple this morning that I'm pretty sure I washed in the sink and forgot to wash in the regular water. And now I'm in the stank water or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. It's just no. I don't like it. But hopefully soon we can get this all squared away. It's gonna, like I said, the question is gonna be: will we see Jaren Jackson Jr. on the court, or will we have just regular water from the tap?
I got a feeling we're gonna see Jaren in this week sometime. I don't know. I got a strange feeling we're about to see Jaren this week. No intel. I just kind of feel it.
I don't know. They need somebody else back because they're everyone's just. But I don't know. I feel like if they've taken it this far, that I don't know. I hope you're right. I have no intel either, and I'm just saying no. But I hope you're right. No intel and no. On today's show, we're going to talk more about that. We're going to talk about the All-Star games that were, the rosters were announced. The reserves and John Morant was not part of them. I don't think that was a real surprise to anyone. Maybe other than Ja himself, but I don't think there was too many other people that were surprised about that. We'll talk about that and the reaction to all of that. In addition to that, we're going to talk Tigers with Coach JJ. Jermaine Johnson joins us on a game day. It is an actual Tiger basketball game day.
Man.
Yes, they exist.
Here they come.
You may have forgotten, but it is happening.
Yep.
And they are going to play Tulane, and they have an opportunity to be in a discussion that's sort of tangential to the NCAA tournament. I'm not saying they're in the thick of it, but they're kind of maybe arcing their way towards possibly being in a little bit of a discussion about it, and that's better than they would have expected at this point. So heck, look at what's happening with Kentucky right now. So it could always be worse. Duke, North Carolina. Some of the big boys are having struggles this year, so it's certainly not. It's not alone. The Tigers are not alone in that. So we'll talk to Coach JJ about what happened during this pause and everything else.
I want to get with Coach JJ and ask him: Is Ron Hunter not the most annoying coach ever in the history of basketball? I think he is. Wow. I want to get Coach JJ's opinion on it.
Why do you think that? Why do you think that?
He just does the most, man. He just comes off.
He's very extra, as the kids say.
Man. Like, I can't get with Ron Hunter. Man. Like it's
this is very.
Now, when he stood up for KJ Lawson a year or so ago, I was with him. I really liked that he did that because I thought it was necessary. But he just does the most, man. He's a politician, and I'd be like, Ron Hunter, sit down, man. Be quiet. He's just always doing the most. Now, I won't ask Coach JJ that, but I might. Who knows? It depends. It depends. Maybe he's listening. He'll just volunteer the information himself when he comes on. So, but yeah. He's what you call extra, extravagant, and tragic.
I can't wait. I can't wait to hear the incredible combinations. The portmanteaus are going to be off the chain.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited about that. Coming up at 9 o'clock, we'll talk to our friend Rob Fisher about the Grizzlies and where they stand right now, as things are a little bit off for the Grizzlies. They've been very up and down this year, as you might expect with a young team and crazy pandemic and everything else. They've had their own COVID-related pause as well, and it's been difficult for everybody. So we'll talk to him about the struggles that have happened. Obviously, we'd love to hear from you. Please let us know. Let us know how you're doing. Just check in. Say, hey, I'm doing okay. Thanks. Appreciate it. That's all we need. 67129 on the First Bank text line if you want to check in. First on the First Bank text line, 67129. You can dial up as well, 360-8255 on the First Bank phone lines. Again, we'd love to hear from you throughout the program today. You can hit us up on social media. Twitter, I am at Peter Edmiston. He's at St. Asylum. Of course, Zach Boyd is at Rack City Zach. We're at Sports 56 WHBQ on the old airwaves. So any way you want to get in touch with us, there are plenty of ways for you to do it. Now, as we mentioned, with this being a Tiger game day, in Hoop City, baby, Hoop City being what it is. Yesterday, the biggest news of the day had nothing to do with hoops. Had nothing to do. It was actually reminiscent, and it kind of brought back some terrible memories.
Oh, man.
Tiger Woods involved in a significant car accident out in California, and very much had the helicopter crash and Kobe vibes to it initially, with TMZ reporting and the whole thing. And you're like, oh god, what's going to happen here? And but it was pretty quickly established that it was not, at least not a life-threatening situation from Tiger. But he flipped his SUV and was apparently driving too fast, hit a median. This part of LA is pretty noted for accident proneness, especially if you're going a little too fast. It was morning. There was nothing on the toxicology report. No intoxication seemed at the scene or anything like that, so that's good. But just seemed like he was going way too fast, lost control of the car, hit the median, flipped up, rolled several times, and ended up way off the road, where the paramedics had to use the jaws of life to rip the car open to get to Tiger. He was trapped in the car, pinned down, and they had to actually rip the steel and metal and fiberglass and everything else. They had to rip it open with the jaws of life to get him out of there, and immediately took him over to surgery, where he had significant leg injuries, according to the physicians there. Multiple open fractures to the lower right leg, a rod placed in his tibia, screws and pins inserted in his foot and ankle. He had trauma to his muscle and soft tissue of the leg. He had to have that sort of cut into because there was so much swelling. They had to relieve the pressure. The fracture, this was, it was about as bad as it gets in terms of a fracture, because it's called comminuted, which means that it was broken into more than two pieces. So this was not one of those clean breaks. This was a nasty multiple break. And the open part of it means it actually broke the skin. So if you imagine what happened there, that's pretty gruesome to think about. But it was just terrible leg injuries, ankle crushed, leg, really in bad shape. So they've tried to build his leg back as best they can, but it's pretty rough. So, what happens long term, I don't know, but he is awake, and he is responsive, and he is doing as well as can be expected in that situation. So that's really good news, because that was a very scary situation for a few hours yesterday.
Yeah, that's something that it could have been a totally different headline in the morning today. I think a lot of the coverage that was televised, I mean, I get it. It gets kind of cringe when people entertain, the watching eyes, whether that's television stories or whatever it is. But I'm not touching anything about his past or any of that. I mean, we as a society we forget the big picture, that Tiger Woods could have died yesterday and he didn't. You know what I mean? That's kind of where I want that's why my particular conversation will end on that, is that I'm just glad that he's alive. You know what I mean? I don't want to get into conversations about his personal life or drinking or drugs or any of that stuff. Like none of that really matters to me. And I've seen a lot of things. I've seen a lot and read a lot that's kind of dove into those type of things. But yeah, I'm glad that he's alive, and I don't care if he ever swings another golf club. You know what I mean? Because this could have been, terribly tragic news. Like one of the true legends of sports, period, could have no longer been with us. So I'm just glad to see him alive and on his way back to recovery.
Well, yeah, and it's it's just a tough situation though for Tiger for so many reasons. Obviously, number one, I mean that was a horrific accident. As I said, no signs of intoxication or anything at the scene. But if you remember, Tiger back 3 or 4 years ago was arrested for DUI, and he had fallen asleep at the wheel and had all kinds of he dealt with injuries and stuff, but he had a painkiller addiction that he was dealing with, and so now going through a surgery like this, I really feel for somebody who has already dealt with painkiller problems to have to now likely get back on painkillers because it's going to be a brutal recovery. That, I mean, you can the amount of pain you hear that description about your leg bone, your tibia broken into multiple pieces, and having broken the skin, and your ankle just fractured completely, and having to be rebuilt, rods and screws, and you're kind of turning the inside of it into a little bit of a cyborg. That comes with a lot of pain, and so the choices are not good if you've got a painkiller history of addiction. You can choose not to do it and just go through the pain, which is brutal, or you could choose to try to do a little bit, but it's not really that effective, or you can choose to go back on, but then you risk getting back into that situation. So it's just I feel excuse me, I feel badly for Tiger because that's a tough position.
He's going to another battle to fight after this is over with.
It's going to be a different. Exactly, it's going to be a different battle. And he really seemed to have he had recovered, obviously winning the Masters back in April of 2019, one of the most emotional victories we've seen. And he had struggled a little bit of late, but he's always had those injuries and stuff. He's never been the same. For the last 10 or so years, he hasn't been the same guy. But man, it was scary. It was scary to see. It was scary to see. And when you hear about an injury like that, and you hear about an accident like that, I mean, you just he, as you said, he's not dead. So that's the number one headline. And I really felt terrible for some of his friends, like Justin Thomas yesterday. They was doing PGA was doing interviews and stuff with like reporters. They had a normal press conference, and their own communications people are asking him questions, and he knows that Tiger's been in this accident. He doesn't know how serious it is. He just knows it's bad. He doesn't know that Tiger's okay and all that. And he's out here they're asking him about how fast the greens are, and he's tears coming down. He's preparing for the WGC event this week, and he's you seeing the guy literally cry. Stop the interview. Let him. I was like, come on, man, that's not cool. Don't put a guy out there like that in the middle of this and then just expect him to just be like, oh, yeah, you're going to ask one thing about Tiger? Oh, yeah, how's he doing? Okay, I hope he's doing well, yeah. Oh, now let's talk about the greens. No, this is one of this dude's, good friends, and who he has no idea whether, he's going to make it or not, or what's happening. Most people are heartless, man.
Yeah, it's wild, man. We live in such a microwave society, man, where news is coming at us so fast. You can pick up your phone and, okay, here's another story. It's just so much out there. You know what I mean? I'm literally texting you something now, that I saw on Twitter. It's we're always ready to move on to the next story. And people we've almost been desensitized by tragedy, whether that's because of the last couple of years' events or just technology has desensitized us. But, yeah, man, I'm just hoping for a speedy recovery. I don't care if he ever plays golf again. He's, greatest of all time, regardless of if he ever swings a club again. It's just wild, man. It just kind of shows you how sensitive life is and how it can be gone literally in the blink of an eye. And, somebody can, you hear things like here today, gone tomorrow. You could be here now and gone now. You know what I mean? It don't.
Yeah.
It's not a 24-hour process, bro. It can get dicey, man. and just from things that you see, things that might be going on in your own personal life, you just start to just treasure life, man. Just realize life is too short. So it's a tough situation, but just really, really, really glad that he's okay.
Yeah, it's difficult to appreciate life while you are living it in that moment exactly, because those moments, and as you say, things can change in the blink of an eye, but it's very difficult to live your life fully aware of that, because otherwise you would just be on edge your entire life about how quickly things could change.
Right.
It's you can't
taking time to appreciate small moments, bro. You know what I mean? Like not moving too fast, just kind of appreciating and living in the moment. That's something that I think everyone needs to kind of focus on, because
I agree with that. Yeah.
Life is short, man.
Like that's true.
Extremely short, So
yeah, I think that is true. Take time to appreciate where you are, what you have, who you're with, what you're doing. Those things. Be mindful of your moment, where you are, what you're doing, all that stuff. You don't let it just drift away in the hustle and bustle of the day. I think that's a good point. And it was crazy. I mean, the Tigers, in terms of worldwide superstar status, celebrity, and well-known personality, there's not too many humans on planet Earth that are more well-known than Tiger Woods.
You've seen Michael Jordan has been through Memphis. LeBron James has been through Memphis. Those were all big deals. When those guys came through here, whatever.
Yeah.
But bro, like, is Tiger ever coming to Memphis thing for the golf tournament? Like, that's something that's like if the president came through here. You know what I mean? Like, that's Tiger's another level, man. Like, and people talk about Jordan and Jordan shoes and all those type of things. Like, there was a point where Tiger Woods was bringing as much money to Nike as Michael Jordan was.
Oh yeah, well
that's
yeah.
And
if you talk to Daryl Smith and the guys over at the FedEx St. Jude Invitational, they say they've got one binder of protocol for normal and a whole separate binder for if case. Tiger comes.
Right.
Like one guy, like the entire security apparatus, the entire fan thing, and everything changes completely.
Right.
With one guy. But I don't think he's going to be playing golf certainly anytime soon. I think you can probably rule him out of anything this summer, and including the FESJI and all that stuff. So but the biggest thing is that he's just okay and he's not dead, and that's and he's got a lot of recovery to do. But that's the number one thing.
Let me go back to the statement I made, because I want to say that at one point he was bringing more than Jordan Brand. I don't want to stand on that though, so I think I don't know, but I know it was a crazy amount. Like they were like neck and neck.
Oh yeah,
yeah, no.
Well, I just mean I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about like lucrative. I'm talking about like human beings on planet Earth that if you show
let me make the point I'm trying to make though. The point I'm trying to make is Tiger Woods doesn't have a gym shoe. You know what I mean? Tiger Woods doesn't have a shoe that you could wear like every day. Like this kids aren't going to their parents like, go buy me the Tiger Woods sneaker. Like that doesn't exist. So this man's popularity and money he was bringing in from Nike excluded shoes. You know what I mean?
Like he was Nike.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy.
Well,
like
he still is.
It didn't even include the shoes. And he still was bringing in a crap ton of money to Nike. So that just shows you the level of celebrity and superstar athlete you're talking about with Tiger Woods.
Well, and the thing is that I'm saying, like, with him, if you are like you're going to show pictures of a human being on every continent on Earth. You know, you're going to show somebody in India, and somebody in Botswana, and somebody in Germany, and somebody in Argentina, and somebody in the United States, and somebody in Japan, and Australia, and wherever else. If you go show them pictures of somebody, there's not very many people that every one of those people will recognize. Like, they're not going to recognize. They might possibly recognize Michael Jordan, might possibly recognize LeBron. They're not going to recognize any football player. It's not going to happen. They're not going to recognize any baseball player. They're not going to recognize, probably politicians. They're not going to recognize very many politicians. Probably not going to recognize very many musicians. Maybe like a Tom Cruise or something. But Tiger's one of those guys that actually everybody on every single continent would probably be able to recognize. And you can pretty much count on one hand the number of people that have that level of celebrity in the world. Because politicians don't have it. I mean, the Secretary General of the UN. Any thoughts on who that is or what they look like? Does anybody know what anybody's presidents and all this stuff? No. Tiger. So that dude is on a different level, man. It's man. One other note too. It was interesting to see the coverage yesterday, and as soon as it happened, CNN, MSNBC. All the news channels broke into their coverage and went like live, full, celebrity coverage of this whole thing, which is fraught with all the problems and stuff. People just kind of, speculating and, all that sort of thing. But what was interesting is that ESPN did not do that. And the reason why they didn't do that is because they have cut so much of their budget from news programming that when a news story happens, they can't even break in and cover it. Because they don't have people that are there on the scene, on the desk, that are capable of going in and doing live coverage like they used to have. Bob Lee or somebody like that would jump in for a major event. They don't have that anymore. They have to mobilize people. They're not just sitting there waiting to go live because they can't. They cut their budget so much, and so it took them probably 2 hours to get everything together to actually be able to go live and jump in with SportsCenter. They don't have guys ready for it, and that just tells you again. Where their bread is buttered. They're not trying to spend money on news and they're just trying to spend money on rights fees. And that areas where you can see it makes sense. They were not the worldwide leader yesterday. I can tell you that.
Yeah, it's You were kind of breaking up. I missed a lot of what you said, but I do.
But it was good.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
Trust me, it was good. It was amazing, especially the part that you missed. That was really good. Zach, you might want to reboot the old system when we take this break, just to double check because everything seems okay on my end. So maybe something over there.
Yeah, you glitched a couple times, but it's not terrible. You're good.
We'll come back. We'll talk about it as we continue hour number 1 of the program. 67129 on the First Bank text line. 67129 on the First Bank text line. We'll talk a little bit about the All-Star Game announcement and what it meant for the Memphis Grizzlies. That's next.
Sports Time with Wallo and Stacks. Weekdays from 3 to 6 on Sports 56, 98.5 FM, and 96.1 FM.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest, and every new latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better, they've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
2021 is finally here. Might I suggest we start the wonderful new year with a makeover for your beautiful house. I'm Brian Elder. I'm a roofer. I fix roofs. Don't let them tell you that it has to be replaced when all it may need is some love. 867-0303. Let me love on your roof. I've made quite the reputation over the last decade as the guy to call after the insurance company denies the claim. Overturning a claim that has gone bad is an art form where you argue county code, manufacturer specs, and details of your policy that they have to abide by. So let me see it first. If I say it's a claim, it's a claim. 867-0303. Money is free at Brian Elder Roofing with 0% financing for half a decade. I'll measure your roof from outer space and get you a quote right over the phone. 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Hey, Hey, I heard that you just got a new car.
Yes, I sure did, and I could not believe how simple it was.
Really? Tell me what happened.
I bought my car at Cars Inc. They are family owned, and the choices of cars were the best I've ever seen. They even said they could price match with anyone and help me with whatever financing I needed.
Wow, it does sound like they know what they are doing.
Their family has been in the car business for over 30 years, and they're excited about being in Memphis.
Where are they?
5095 Cummington Way, and their phone number is 901-623-7180.
Taqueria Express has tacos of all kinds, including chicken and sirloin, beef fajitas, shrimp fajitas, enchiladas with homemade tortillas, even chicken wings. And my favorite is the mango sauce, which goes great with a nice cold beer. You can dine in and take advantage of the full bar or get your order to go. Call ahead 901-800-2737 to pick up or use the drive-thru. Ask how you can win a 2021 Nissan Versa. Taqueria Express.
Special $1.25 margaritas now at Taqueria Express.
It's time, Memphis. Tune into Fox Sports Southeast and watch your Next Gen Grizzlies Thursday, February 25th at 7 p.m. when they take on the Los Angeles Clippers, presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. Check out Grizzlies.com for more information.
Sports 56 traffic.
So we got a disabled vehicle on I-55 northbound between 55 and I-40 and by 3rd Street. So disabled vehicle on I-55 between 55-40 intersection and 3rd Street. Also Jackson, Tennessee, they're repaving the roads on I-40 eastbound and westbound on both sides between mile marker 82 and 87. It's single file in both directions. And also, we're dealing with the accident on Poplar Avenue at Bailey Station Road as well. And that's your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
More time, we're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, all right. Don't stop the dance.
Are we celebrating Daft Punk because of their retirement?
Yes.
Stop for dancing.
Shout out to Daft Punk too, man. Shout out to them dudes.
Shout out to Daft Punk, who my understanding was that they broke up because we started singing on the show, and they realized that it was too much.
Days are over.
Yeah, that was the game has changed, and they're not up for it anymore, which I appreciate that. I applaud them for being forward thinking and seeing the future, because that's exactly what the future would hold. Welcome back here on a beautiful and fantastic Wednesday morning. You're not going to hear that song probably on 107.5 Q107.5. That's but you'll hear some great classic hits on Q107.5, and you'll hear some hits of yesteryear on Sunny 103.1, and a little, maybe you might hear it on Hot 107.1. There's some beats there for sure that you might enjoy. Welcome back to the program. As we talked about yesterday, the All-Star rosters were finalized. The reserves were announced. This is a process that involves the coaches. So the whole idea of popularity and all that stuff doesn't really have anything to do with it. And frankly, I've said it before. I tweeted it out. I think the rosters need to be expanded anyway. I don't know why we have only 12
I say
on the
15.
roster. Yeah, that's what I said, 15. I've said at least 13, but 15. I mean, you got. There's no reason why the rosters for the All-Star game should be less than
a regular.
What a regular roster is. That doesn't make any sense.
And the amount of teams that went to the All-Star game dates back to, years and years and years ago when there weren't 30 teams in the NBA. So I think as the league expands, it should be, if you got 30 teams, it should be 30 All-Stars. I'm not saying it should be one per team, but it's 15. It's 15 players on a roster. They're not 12 players on the roster. They're not 12 players on the active roster. You know what I mean? So, it needs to be expanded at least by one, and I say all the way up to 15. To have three lineups. Three lineups of All-Stars, East and West.
I think so.
What's it hurt?
So,
is it hurting anybody if we had more guys?
No,
you know what
I mean? There's always going to be, people are going to be snubbed no matter how big.
Even no matter how far you expand it.
You didn't matter. There's always going to be somebody out. Just the same thing with the NCAA tournament or college football playoff or whatever. There's always, no matter how big it is, there's always going to be somebody snubbed. That's just life. But this year especially, it's really tough. There are so many guys that are truly worthy of it that did not make it this year. So no surprise to see the likes of Damian Lillard, Paul George, Anthony Davis, Rudy Gobert, Chris Paul, Donovan Mitchell, Zion Williamson. I mean, no surprises necessarily for any of those guys, and they all, I think, were deserving. Should Devin Booker have made it over Chris Paul? I mean, maybe. I think you could make that case. If you're going to pick a son, maybe Devin Booker as opposed to Chris Paul. But
here's why I don't think anybody got snubbed. For one thing, with Anthony Davis more than likely not playing unless he just trolls the league by playing in the All-Star game, sitting on the bench. Screw you, Devin Booker. Always next year, son. No, but the fact that you're not going to have Anthony Davis in the game, Devin Booker's going to get in, and also if he doesn't get in, and since he didn't get in his first run, if you're going to say, if you're going to give credit to anybody for why the Suns are one of the better teams in the West, it's the addition of Chris Paul. And Chris Paul's had a phenomenal season. But I don't feel bad for Booker because I feel like he's going to get in anyway. But I can't think of any snubs, literally East or West. I think the rosters are fine on both sides.
What about Ja Morant?
Get out of here. And
DeMar DeRozan.
I mean, DeMar's had a good year.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
No. The thing with those
Mike Conley.
Heck no.
Mike Conley. Come on.
No, it's not. No. I mean, there's no one who made it who I would say take this guy off and put this guy on, like on either side, at all. Like everybody who's there, I think they deserve to be there. I haven't felt that way in a while, but yeah, the rosters are fine. I don't. There's no one in there that I think shouldn't be there at all. Shout out to the first time guys, Zach LaVine, and what's my boy with the Knicks, little Zach Randolph they used to call him. But his game is nothing. Julius Randle. Nothing like Zach Randolph, but people always comp him to Zach Randolph. Yeah. Shout out to the Zion Williamson.
I mean, Zion deserves it. Somebody was asking me like, "Oh, does Zion really deserve it?" Yeah,
heck yeah, he's crazy.
I mean, he's really good. His numbers are great, and I don't know what to tell you. But Ja Morant's response was interesting.
Until you interview him, stop. Ja's got to stop it, man. Like we joke about Ja and this whole thing, but the assumption is that he'll grow out of it. He'll stop doing it.
Well, let me tell you what he did, and then to let people know. So, Ja just tweeted out, right after the announcement was made, just damn, with ellipses, just that's just it, And then it was sort of as they say, cringeworthy when the Grizzlies are like, "You're our All-Star 12." Like, oh god, okay, please don't turn this into a little pep talk, a little whatever. Surely we can get past that. And then Ja tweeting out like goated to Zion being named the All-Star, which again I don't really understand that either. I'll be honest with you. Anthony saying, did you really think that Ja thought he was snubbed?
Of course he did.
He's definitely not snubbed. I mean, like, there's no, like, he has not played particularly well. Like, the numbers are okay, but as we talked about yesterday on the show, there's some, shenanigans with that. Some of those numbers are not maybe as impactful as others. And just the eye test tells you everything you need to know. He's not played well. Do we have to pretend that he's snubbed? Is Ja going to demand that we pretend? Is he going to demand that the Grizzlies pretend that he's snubbed? I mean, he wasn't an All-Star. Like he's a great player. I don't say that to knock Ja Morant at all. No, he's a wonderful player. Again, still a potential superstar in the making, but he was not an All-Star.
No, there's no room for hollering about getting snubbed. Like, I don't think there's much energy behind that. But he's our All-Star. He's our All-Star. Big 12.
Are you concerned?
Shout out to Mike Conley, who will never make an All-Star game in his career, unfortunately.
That sounds like you're taking a shot at Mike Conley.
No, man, I'm just saying, man, it's unfortunate that Mike,
It is unfortunate.
Maybe he should have campaigned for some foul calls. He would have had probably 5 more points per game. Let's see.
I think he should have gotten them technical foul. That would have helped.
Yeah, a couple of ticks. Go off on some referees, man.
Do you think should there be some concern about the way Ja has responded to this? Like, do you think that has Ja's recent slump in form been because he felt like he wasn't going to make the All-Star team? Like, I asked that kind of half jokingly, but like, it feels like it means a lot to him. And I don't know.
All I'll say is, judging by trends, I'd take the over get some money on Ja Morant tomorrow on FanDuel. Plus 30 points.
This does seem like his kind of situation.
Right. And then interview him and ask him, Ja, do you feel like you got snubbed? I don't care about that. It's Grizzlies.
I wasn't even thinking about it.
Grizzlies versus Clippers. Like, this is the stuff like, and this isn't a headhunt of Ja or, I mean, this is we're getting off jokes. I mean, but it is reality that it's kind of strange the way Ja does things. Like, he'll tweet out damn in response to the All-Star game. And he's going to go out and go crazy. He's going to try to go crazy against the Clippers next game. And he'll say that he doesn't care. Like, what are you talking about, John? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, exactly. What do you mean by that? What is the? I don't know.
I think that when the first All-Star vote returns came out, I think he kind of felt like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Or I had a fan that tweeted me and he was like, when I was saying, like, when the final results came out and Ja came out 6 in the backcourt. And people were like, well, 6 plus 6 is 12, so he's an all-star, right? I was like, that's not how it works.
That's not how this works.
Right.
That's not how this works at all. No. I mean, again, Ja has got the type of, we talk about fame and all that stuff. Ja's got enough fame and enough credibility around the league and all that stuff to be able to, like, it's no problem. Like, he will, if he's playing well, he won't be snubbed. He's going to make it.
Yeah.
If he's playing well enough to make it. I don't think there's going to be a situation where he's going to put up, if he put up 25 points and 9 assists and some crazy, he would make it.
Yeah.
But he's not doing that.
But here's the thing, like, I'm not
getting snubbed because he's getting snubbed because he didn't deserve to be an all-star.
Right.
That's not that hard to figure out.
And here's the thing too, like, Ja can't say I'm not worried about scoring. I'm just trying to set up my teammates, and I'm just worried about getting a win. And then, like, tweet out damn about an all-star snub at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no all-star who don't go get buckets or do what he needs to do, who's not worried about getting his. Like, they don't exist.
Yep.
Damian Lillard was sending emails to Adam Silver because he wants to be in the all-star game.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
Bradley Beal's been, like, extremely vocal about it, even though his team is trash.
Yeah. Like,
he's like, let me. I need to be an all-star. The mentality that you got to, if you're a super
like, you can't say both. You can't be both at the same time. Like, you can't be, I'm not worried about scoring, even though I do, average 10 points a game in the fourth quarter. Like, I'm not, like, you can't be that. You can't be both of those guys, man. I don't understand why John doesn't understand. Like, we don't want you to be, like, we gather you to be a humble dude. Like, you don't have to be overly humble. Just, we're fine with you. We're fine with you tweeting out damn if you felt like you deserve to be in the All-Star game. Like, that's not a bad thing.
Well, fake humility is not good.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
just be yourself. Like, it's no problem. Like, that's. I want confidence. You need to have confidence. You need to have. You need to carry yourself with a certain,
like, that's Memphis
swagger and all that stuff. You need to have that.
We got your back. If you come when Ja looked at not Chris Dunn, what's his name? Kendrick Nunn.
James Harden?
No. When he looked at Kendrick Nunn, it was like, MF or the Rookie of the Year race go through me.
Yeah, exactly.
Hype.
That's,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
that's
when he looked at James Harden, it was like, y'all better tell that about me.
Yeah.
We support you in that, Ja.
That is great. That is what we need. We like that.
Right. That's Memphis type
you can't,
stuff.
You can't be like dribbling. You can't be dribbling down and just kind of pass the ball off and just sort of be like, y'all got this, and I'm getting my teammates involved, and
I'm a point guard. I'm like, bro,
y'all better tell everybody about how I'm getting my teammates involved. I mean, it doesn't.
Big 12.
That didn't,
no, Big 12. But we're joking about this, but Ja's also 21 years old. Man. You know what I mean? Like we expect Ja to this isn't Ja's final form on the court or as a personality. You know what I mean?
No. You'll get there.
Yeah.
But I think this is just
I
one
hope
of those
this
things.
motivates him, man. Like he's a guy he seems like he likes to be motivated by stuff.
Yeah, he does. He needs that hate. He needs that hater.
Yeah. So I hope he goes off.
Instilled
for the rest
that
of the
in
year.
him.
Yeah, go off.
I hope so.
Go off, Ja, because that
so.
makes the Grizzlies a much better team. So I'm down for it. Whatever it takes, bro.
We'll talk about the rest of the reserves and were there any other snubs or any situations there. We'll talk about that and will these guys actually play? That's the other question that we have as we continue here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Get your fill of sports for lunch every weekday on Sports 56 Middays with Greg and Eli. The latest sports talk, sought after guests, your calls and texts, prize giveaways, and more every weekday from 10 to 1 on Sports 56.
Mount Moriah Auto Sales. What sets them apart? Great selection, quality, high-end to low-end cars, and low mileage. Mount Moriah Auto Sales is under new management. Ask for Emmett or Steven. Check out their great selection of cars or trucks. Choose from Dodges, Jeeps, Fords, GMCs, Infinitis, Porsches, Range Rovers, Lexus, Mercedes, BMWs, even Bentleys. Mount Moriah Auto Sales also has a great service department with 12 bays for everything from oil changes to alignment to new tires. Go to MountMoriahAutoSales.com. Pick out your like new car or truck today. Mount Moriah Auto Sales, right on the corner and right on the price.
You hear the phrase all day, every day. In these uncertain times this, in these uncertain times that. Well, in these uncertain times, one thing I know for certain, you want you some Central Barbecue. Central Barbecue is open for you to dine in or carry out, online orders and curbside pickup. And another thing you could be certain about is this. We are doing everything in our power to keep you and our staff safe. You can be sure that everyone working at any Central Barbecue is following every safety protocol there is, and they'll encourage you to do the same. Come on in and get some Central Barbecue. And yes, your face covering is probably going to end up with some sauce on it. A small price to pay for safety.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. You've heard me talk about how we offer the best products, the best warranties, and the best services for years. Now let's talk about pricing. Pricing should never be the only reason you hire a contractor, but in today's world, pricing is always a consideration. So we suggest you get 2 or 3 estimates for your roof replacement from a reputable, licensed, and insured company, and then give us a call. If we can't beat your best price for a comparable roof system by more than $100, we'll give you $100. It's that simple. We are so sure we can offer you the best price, beating all other qualified companies, we will hand you $100 if we can't, and thank you for the opportunity. So give us a call. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Make $100? Fiveash Roof Services, a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Fiveash Roof Services, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
First Bank is here to help you, whether you're a business looking for a loan to expand or refinance an existing one, a homeowner looking for a mortgage or home equity line, a consumer wanting to finance your dream car, or wanting a competitive rate on your CD deposits. Let First Bank try to handle your banking needs. Stop into one of First Bank's 3 local branches today, 6482 Poplar Avenue, just east of International Paper, 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase, and 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or check them out online at firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
According to the National Institutes of Health, 30% of hospital admissions in older adults are drug-related, like taking meds at the wrong time. Hero Health simplifies medication management. The smart device stores up to 90 days worth of up to 10 different pills. It dispenses them at the push of a button. Try Hero risk-free for 30 days and get free contactless delivery. Just call 800-420-7550. That's 800-420-7550. 800-420-7550. Hero, medication managed.
The President's Day sales event is going strong at Gossett Kia on Covington Pike. 2021 Kia Forte $133 a month lease. That's less than $5 a day for a new ride. 2021 Kia Soul, completely redesigned exterior and interior, $149 a month lease. And 2021 Kia K5, just $182 a month lease. All 36 months with $3149 due at signing, and they all come with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So let's conquer the cold and gear up for winter in your new Kia from Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, or online at KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a new Kia today.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor
36-month leases, $31.49 due at signing, 0 security deposit, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, $650 acquisition fee, Forte, ME319.038, MSRP $20,625, Soul M7755,638, MSRP $20,660, K5 MG 005560, MSRP $25,725, includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF $695, excludes tax filing license, with approved credit, see dealer for complete details, offer valid through 3/1/21, dealer stock only.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Yeah! Celebrate a little Daft Punk on their breakup, retirement. I don't know. I'm not sure which. Been in the game a long time. They're French. Did you know that?
No. Bro,
they're French.
You know why I get them dudes the ultimate shout out, bro? Imagine having all the benefits of celebrity, the wealth, status, success, commercial success, platinum albums, like Song of the Year, all those type of things. And being able to live in straight up like no
anonymity?
one.
Yeah,
like no one knows who you are.
Yeah.
Like no paparazzi. Limited. I mean, if you look up, Daft Punk without the helmet, like you can see what they look like at this point. But when they were
no
like,
one's really, like,
when they were like
no one
peak
really cares.
Daft Punk, like they could walk around and be like, "Hey, that Daft Punk album's pretty good, huh?" Yeah, it is. Like, and no one knows that you're talking to them. You know what I mean? Like, bro, sign me up for
that's
that,
nice.
bro.
Yeah, that's nice. No, that's the way to go for sure. Like I said, you won't hear them on Sunny 103.1. You should hear some classics.
The classics.
I would like to hear them like in the middle of some Sinatra and then just drop a Daft Punk just once and just see what happens.
But one day that type of stuff will be, in 30 years you cut on 103, you cut on Sunny in 103 and it's, get lucky.
One more time. Like what? Really? That's gonna be on. That's going to be on. I can't imagine like we're all going to be like 90 years old and like listening to like Daft Punk. Like those are the old days. Like one more time. Like I don't.
Like darling, let's play some Trigger Man tonight.
Dude, let's go back and listen to some Drake.
Some Skinny Pimp.
Schoolboy Q.
Such a golden era.
Let's K-Dot. Let's do the K-Dot on classics. Like what? Really? Like
I haven't heard that Megan Thee Stallion body yada 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 in 30 years.
Let's get that WAP. Let's turn that WAP on.
No, not
for the
Fetty
classic
Wap.
old days.
Not Fetty Wap.
Not Fetty Wap. No, yes. 85 years old. There, it's like that wet. Those were the days.
Ever heard that?
Remember we went to the school dance? Listen to Pooh Shiesty. Do you remember those days? Oh, those were the days.
If those Memphis rappers have ever came together and united. So imagine that.
Because it's been like 25 years for like early 3.6, and it doesn't feel like classic hits yet. It doesn't feel classic just yet.
Not quite classic yet. Throwback, but that
maybe at some point it'll be classic. I don't know. It doesn't. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how.
That Banza make her dance. I tell you, that was
that Travis Porter.
It doesn't get any better.
That Travis Porter.
Oh, those were the days, huh? Those were the days.
I remember the day I proposed to you, honey. With Banza make her dance. Was in the background.
Yeah, Stanky Leg was a knee slapper.
Little did I know that it would be wedding bands that I would be referring to. It's ridiculous.
Oh man, that's good stuff. All right, so how many of these guys do you think are actually going to play in this All-Star game? Do you think everyone's going to play?
That's a good question, man. We might have to pick that up after Coach JJ. Because we might have to go through the list and see how,
I don't know.
Ja might be an All-Star. Ja might mess around and make the All-Star team. Who knows?
It feels like the momentum is kind of coalesced around these guys actually playing. And I feel like they're going to play.
What was the last thing that the NBA players really called, like they were really bluffing about? The people were like, oh, yeah, man, they're going to.
Oh, you remember when they stopped playing the Bucks and the Celtics? Was it?
That's probably what I'm talking
they,
about.
They just didn't play. They didn't play the game, and then everyone was like, "Oh, wait a second, they're gonna." And then they had the whole Bucks Magic, and then that whole day of games were canceled, and then everyone's like, "Oh, wait a second, they're gonna."
No, it was something else, man. Like that was crucial too, but it was something where the NBA players really barked a lot, but the reaction to it really wasn't how they acted. What was it, man?
There have been a few of those where it's the money,
like,
and the economics of it, and all that stuff is.
We're gonna lose money. Oh, no, don't worry about it. We good.
Hour number 2 on the way. We're gonna talk to Coach JJ about the return of the Tigers. Jermaine Johnson, assistant coach for the University of Memphis men's basketball team, joins us. We'll talk about where things are with the men as they are getting set to play Tulane tonight after a lengthy pause. But it's been a weird year. That's all I can say. We'll find out just how weird when we come back. Hour number 2 on the way. Stick around.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest, and every new latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better, they've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
2021 is finally here. Might I suggest we start the wonderful new year with a makeover for your beautiful house. I'm Brian Elder. I'm a roofer. I fix roofs. Don't let them tell you that it has to be replaced when all it may need is some love. 867-0303. Let me love on your roof. I've made quite the reputation over the last decade as the guy to call after the insurance company denies the claim. Overturning a claim that has gone bad is an art form where you argue county code, manufacturer's specs, and details of your policy that they have to abide by. So let me see it first. If I say it's a claim, it's a claim. 867-0303. Money is free at Brian Elder Roofing with 0% financing for half a decade. I'll measure your roof from outer space and get you a quote right over the phone. 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Whether it's football, basketball, baseball, golf, or real estate, having the winning coach makes all the difference in your success. This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Marks Bensdorf Realtors, and I'm with Coach Terry Tippett, winner of 6 state basketball championships. Coach, what's been the secret to your and your team's successes?
Sheldon, there's no one secret. It becomes a pattern of success after coaching for so many years and learning the ins and outs of the game and the players, a lot like the pattern of your success in selling homes.
Thanks, Coach. Like you and your program, I developed my highly successful strategic marketing program with the Shellbucks option, and I also tried to use it in my golf game.
Sheldon, tried is the optimum word. You better stick to selling homes, as you're always hitting holes in one at that, instead of double bogeys.
Thanks a lot. And if anyone is thinking of selling their home, make sure and talk to 2 to 3 coaches. I mean real estate brokers. Let me be one of them. You can reach me at 682-1868 or MemphisRelocate.com. That's 682-1868 or MemphisRelocate.com and be a winner.
The thing about the Name Your Price tool from Progressive is that by now you've heard a lot of ads about the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. We probably don't even need the words, the Name Your Price tool, to tell you that our Humpback Whale Pup gives you options based on your budget, or that our novelty hand buzzer helps you save on car insurance. And that's the thing about the tiny felt bag filled with marbles. At this point, you've heard a lot of ads about the elusive northern bobcat. The Name Your Price tool, the neighbor who baked you banana bread, only from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
All 75 months at 3.04%. Mirage MH 002682. MSRP 16865. G4 MHF 01572. MSRP 18360. Outlander Sport MU 004915. MSRP 24740. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695. Excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only. Ready, set, start your new year with a new ride from Gossett Mitsubishi on Covington Pike. Get the hatchback Hero and 2021 Mirage, $12,342 or $129 a month. 2021 Mitsubishi Mirage G4, 41 mpg highway, $13,997 or $149 a month. And jumpstart your journey in 2021 Outlander Sport, $17,938 or $199 a month. And these are not leases. You own your new ride. Plus, you get Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. That's Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
We're still dealing with the disabled vehicle on I-55 northbound between 55 and the 40 juncture and at 3rd Street. Also, still dealing with the accident on Poplar Avenue at Bailey Station Road. And if you're traveling from Jackson, Tennessee, to and from Jackson, Tennessee, I-40 eastbound and westbound lanes between mile marker 82 and 87 is down to one lane because they are repairing the potholes in that on I-40. And also, we have a new accident here on Bill Morris Parkway westbound at I-40. The I-240 left lane is blocked. And that is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Okay. Faster, better, bigger, stronger, back. What's the bigger, better?
Something like that.
I like Daft Punk, man. I like Daft Punk.
Oh, yeah.
I can't, like I said, Jerry, you might hear it on Hot 107.1.
Kanye West credited a lot of, what album was that he credited a lot to? They really collabed on a lot of stuff. The album that had
it wasn't College Dropout.
This sample was in there.
What was it?
Where Kanye was like, "Yeah, I got to change my whole style." Because
was that Late Registration?
I don't know.
Late Registration. It may have been Late Registration or my
Late Registration. A College Dropout?
No, it was later on. In
no, Dark Twisted Fantasy. Is that?
I don't know, but it's the one that had this song on it. Stronger.
The one about Kim. That don't kill me can only make me stronger.
It's Graduation.
Graduation, yeah.
Graduation.
He credited Daft Punk a lot. He
That's right.
Borrowed a lot from their style. So yeah.
It's sample, man. It's not borrowed. It's sample. We sample like we sample a platter, like we sample.
No, sample is kind of like I like this song. I took this song. I got your permission to use it. But borrowing is like
don't always get permission. Don't always get that permission.
Like it's
when we
no
sample
secret.
either,
like it's no secret. Like we're collabing. Like I'm borrowing your energy. Like this a little different. Yeah, it's a little different.
I'm borrowing your energy.
Because you can sample, it's just like, okay, that's the only song on the album that kind of got that vibe. But that album, I had a lot of Daft Punk influence to it. So, yeah, so get with it, man. Like Kanye was literally like in outer space.
I'm borrowing your energy.
Yeah.
Let me borrow some of that energy.
Oh, yeah, I got it free, man, all day long, man. I got these antibodies, too. You need these antibodies. Get at me.
You got a whole reserve over
Come
there.
to, yeah, I got some antibodies for you, man.
I was gonna say you're not fully engaged yet, are you? Though?
Yeah, I'll have them. By the time somebody hit me up, I'll be full strength.
You're gonna be okay. All right, good for you. Hour number 2 is here. Pete and Sam with you. It's beautiful weather. It's already mid 50s as you make your way to work this morning. Kids back in school. Maybe that's virtual. Maybe that's real. I don't know, but. Schools are getting back into the mix. No precipitation in the forecast. That's nice. Much nicer. And the snow is all melted off, and things are thawing out, much like the the freeze that hit the University of Memphis men's basketball team, and that has thawed out as well. They will be back in action tonight. And joining us to talk about the Tigers is our pal, the assistant coach of the University of Memphis men's basketball team, Jermaine Johnson, a.k.a. I am Coach JJ, a.k.a. the king of the portmanteau. Good morning, Coach. Welcome back into the mix. And how are you?
I'm great, man. How you guys doing, man?
Good, brother. Good to have you
good to
back
hear your
on the
voice.
airwaves,
That's
man.
right.
Yeah, it's been a while, bro.
Hey, man, I feel like I'm part of the Breakfast Club again.
Oh, yeah, there you go, man.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
I just shot out some texts like, JJ's back, Coach JJ's back. He on now after the break. After the break. Just hold tight. He's coming on after the break.
He's coming back. He's coming back. Come on. So what's this been like for you? Another pause in the season. You knew it was going to be a challenge this year with COVID, and then on top of that, we had we turned into Antarctica for a week. That probably didn't help things either. So, how have you guys handled this as a coaching staff and as a group of players?
It was surreal, man. When it hit home, you see it across the country, and we have been a part of this since we started the season in November. And you see it all across the country, whether you see it Twitter, whether you see it ESPN, and you see how all the programs go on pause, and then when it hits you, it's like, wow. And then when you're going through it, man, it's just a surreal type feeling, man. And when you come out of it and to be back amongst the brethren, man, you like, man, you just value life that so much more. So.
Well, Coach, glad to see you guys back. You got Tulane today. You guys have had some strange matchups against Tulane over the years. Tulane is typically a team the Tigers have, had easy contests with. But over the years, things have gotten a little dicey. What do you expect to see against this Tulane team and Coach Ron Hunter, who seems to, really get up for Tiger games?
We're going to see a hungry bunch of guys. They've been in majority of the games. Any team that Ron Hunter coach, they make you shoot the basketball from the outside with a stingy matchup zone, and so he's not coming out the zone. It's like Syracuse. You have to make shots. You have to make shots. You have to value the basketball, because if you sloppy with the basketball and you're not valuing the basketball, and you're giving it up and you're not making shots, it can be a long night. And so we know what we're gonna get. They're gonna play their matchup zone. That's who they are. That's their identity. And we got to hang our hats on making stops on the defensive end. That's been our identity. And we got to continue to trust and believe in one another and shoot the ball with confidence that we've been shooting the ball with, and along with taking our defense to a whole nother level. We cannot be content. We have to keep climbing higher and reaching our pinnacle of trying to be 1-0 every day. It's another day today, and that day is today. So,
Coach, there's a story written by Jason Munz to the Commercial Appeal talking about how in his personal life as well as on the court, how Alex Lomax has really, come to a point where he's really becoming the heart and soul of the team, and how he's, overcome different battles in his life. Talked about a conversation he had with a elementary school coach that he had at basketball at Leicester Community Center. What do you say to the progression of Alex Lomax on the court and as a young man that we've seen this season?
Alex Lomax has learned to live in the truth. And the truth lives in three words. Live it, tell it, and take it.
Gotta say it again, Coach. I didn't get a chance to write that down. Give it to me one more time.
Let me get that.
Hold on, let me stop everything. We pause for the calls. Hold on. All right, say it one more time, Coach. The truth. Give it to me.
I say he's been able to live in the truth.
All right.
He lives in three things: living it, telling it, and taking it. And when you can live in the truth, when you can tell the truth, and when you can take the truth, man, you become the truth. And he has become the truth. His mindset has really transformed into, it don't matter if he start, it don't matter if he finish. He just want to be a part of the process of winning. And that's the truth. And so now I call him his new nickname is the truth. You the truth, man. Because a lot of people can't deal in adversity. And when you in playing for the Tigers, and you the general, you the engine, and adversity hit, and you can't be mentally strong and tough, it could be a whirlwind. But that's not Alex Lomax. He the truth, and he has really shown that. His leadership has went to a whole nother heightened awareness, and he's hungry and thirsty right now, man. And so it's scary.
Coach, how realistic do you guys think you can make up some or any of the games that you're missing? Like, are you getting good feedback from teams that are trying to make things happen? Is the conference helping you guys out, or you guys are not concerned about that at all? Like, where are you at?
I think the upward trajectory is looking good. So I think we'll get the games that we need, and but it's gonna be, it's gonna be a whirlwind. It's gonna be a challenge because you're gonna have to. It's gonna be like an NBA schedule. Yeah. You got 2 weeks to get these games in, and it's gonna be back to back to back to back, and a lot of them gonna be on the road.
Well, and the thing is that you guys, kind of like you've ramped back up, ramped back down, ramped back up, ramped back down, and you guys now got to hit your stride quick. You got to be right back at it. Do you have to kind of change the way you approach this game, knowing that it's been a minute since you guys have been on the court, and you got to get back up into the flow? Do you think the guys approach it like a normal game? Is there a little extra energy because it's been a while? How did that affect the preparation for tonight?
I just think it's like food, man. When you hadn't ate in a while and you're starving, it's time to eat. It's time to eat. And I think they're hungry. They hadn't ate. They hadn't drunk. So they thirsty. They need a thirst quencher. And so this game gives them the opportunity to be able to sit at the table and get some food. Sit at the table together and drink some water. And you got to do it together. And if you can do that together, you'll be able to starve your hunger and starve your doubts of, man, when I'm going to eat again, because the food is there tonight, right at home. You can eat at home. You don't have to go out. You can eat right at home, right at the table together. And they got that opportunity tonight.
For sure.
So we'll see.
Coach, whether it be winning enough games or winning enough, important big games to get a at-large bid or to win the conference tournament, what are the guys' confidence level as far as being able to do whatever it takes to get into the NCAA tournament?
Well, you guys know as well as I do. Think about it like in school, saying, it's hard to get an A. We know you was magna cum laude. We know how smart you are. You're a poet. You just a jack of all trades. But, for me, average student, man, I always wanted to get that A. Well, the A is that NCAA tournament. The A is that AAC championship, regular season championship. And it's hard getting that A. And so how do you do that? You got 5 games left. How do you do that? Well, we have to have our mindset have to shift from doing average work, from being mediocre, and we have to be, I want to say, have an insatiable appetite to want to just be the best. How do we beat the best? You got to beat the best at their best. What is that? And it's so much going into that in your approach, in your being able to say, okay, what is the gap? My knowledge gap, my capability gap, because everybody's capable. Well, what's the gap? What's gonna be the separator? And I say to anybody that wants to get that A, the separator is gonna be the unrequired work, the sacrifices, just doing a little more than what you thought you possibly could do to be able to get that A. And it's gonna be hard, but it's attainable. It's attainable. It's right there. We're not at a C level. We right there at the B. All we got to do is do a little more each and every day, more than what's required. Put in a little more extra, and we'll see where we at the end of the day.
What are the things specifically that you want to see that turns that B into an A?
I want to see a little more aggression. I want to see us being uncommon and all 5 guys talking on defense, because we told them yesterday that quiet teams lose. The loud teams win. And the loud teams are the ones that all of them are on one accord. They're communicating. They're talking loud on defense. They're helping out. When they're on the floor, they're getting their teammates up off the floor. They're not running back on defense. They're sprinting. They're sprinting hard in transition for layups, and they're shooting the ball with confidence. They're crashing the glass, like eating it up. Like, man, go ahead and miss that shot because I'm going to crash it for you. They're going to sacrifice their bodies and take charges. They're going to dive for loose balls. They're going to be the first to the floor. They want to wear their floor burns like medals, like gold medals. Mm-hmm. And then they're willing to sacrifice the ego. Man, it may not be my night tonight. I believe in you. You're my teammate. Go ahead and take care of your business. You can do it. That's going to be the difference between a B and A.
Coach, we hear a lot of things like kind of murmurings about like as far as Ja Morant, like that Ja is kind of connected to the guys. They look up to him. How much of an influence is it to have a NBA player, a star-level player in town that the guys can see, touch, feel, who's, that they can strive to, who actually, like the word says that he spends time with these guys or they're reachable, like he's reachable to them. Like how much of an asset is that as a coach to have a guy like that in town?
That's a great asset. I mean, because he's been there and done that. I mean, he's their age. Mm-hmm. He will be a senior this year. He will be a senior at Murray State if he was to go college for 4 years. So he's a guy. He's a B that could be that bigger brother to lean on because he has experienced what they're experiencing right now. He's been a college student. He played mid-major basketball. Right. So to be able to have a guy that played at a lower level, to be in your city and to be a superstar and that's accessible, man, that's a blessing.
So the guys, like, does he come around? Like, do they see? Like, is he? I'm just trying to gauge how real that is because people talk like his.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
I got you.
But he's on social media. He's always, shouting out, and it's been an asset for sure.
Yeah.
To see a guy like that's involved in the whole situation. When you look around the rest of the conference, Coach, it looks like there are some significant improvements that are being made, and also I think we saw that game Houston East Carolina where any night out you can you might catch somebody. Houston just lost to Wichita State as well. You might there's a lot of people who maybe don't appreciate the top part of this conference is very, very talented. Have you seen some improvement? Have you seen some growth?
We lost Coach JJ. Hold on.
Well, Peter,
I'm just going to wait for his answer.
Yeah, we just gonna be straight silent.
Very patient. He's going to be silent until we get.
Hey, let's recap. Why Coach JJ? This is perfect. Like why Coach JJ is gone? Like why are we acting like the one he dropped today might not have been the best one he's ever dropped ever?
The guy's he's got it every week. He comes out with something new.
Oh,
I hope he's got the mixtape. I hope he's got the track list at the end of this thing. We got to have that full track list.
If you want to get blessed, go on our website, Sports 56 website, and just go find all the podcasts of when Coach JJ was here, and just take notes.
We got Coach JJ back?
Yes.
All right. Welcome back, Coach JJ. We were a little worried about it. I don't know what happened there, but I was starting to get a little worried about you. But we're
they're trying to take you out,
okay.
Coach. You're like Malcolm X, man.
That's
like,
right. Too much wisdom. Got
the Black Messiah over here, man.
We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Oh no!
Oh man!
The Tiger Lucenary over here, man.
Well, I was talking about the rest of the conference, we saw Houston a couple weeks ago losing to East Carolina. Houston lose to Wichita State. We've seen the top part of the conference. Everybody knows how good Houston is, and
Yeah.
we'd love to see you guys get that Houston game back on the schedule, and the Wichita State game back on the schedule as well. But when you look around the rest of the conference, you've had a chance now to kind of scout around and take a look at some of the other teams. What are you seeing at the top?
I mean, it's what you expect. I mean, Houston obviously one of the top teams in the country. Wichita State, where they are, don't surprise me. They got a talented bunch. Isaac Brown has done an unbelievable job to be able to maintain the culture, the toughness, that playing angry mantra that they've always had at Wichita. And then SMU, they're very talented. SMU is very, very talented. I think they can be a NCAA tournament team, as well as Cincinnati. They've been on a 4-game winning streak since they came back from pause. And so the program, they won the league last year, Cincinnati. And so some of those guys are back. They've added some transfers from Michigan, David DeJulius. And so those 5 teams that I just named, it's a formidable program in our conference that's not getting the due diligence that they rightfully deserve.
Well, all I know is this. We're going to put together the mixtape of your greatness. Today was one of the great ones.
Oh yeah, it was up there, man.
It's going to be the Coach JJ's Guide to Life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you got an opportunity here, Coach. I mean, I'm just saying, we could be part of this thing. We could put it out there for the people. All we need is just a little small cut of the action, just a little bit, nothing major, and
get some T-shirts made or something.
Just a little something, and we'll put that thing out there because that mixtape of yours, the motivational mixtape is going to be
epic.
It's going to be epic. The people are going to love it. I can't wait to get people going. We wish you all the best tonight. It'll be good to see you guys back out there, man. We've missed seeing you.
Man, thank you guys.
All right, brother.
Always good talking to you.
Man, always great talking to you guys. Y'all have a great day.
That's Coach JJ. That's our motivational speaker.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Our leader of the motivation. If you're not fired up,
oh man,
after listening to that, then I don't know what's wrong.
Man, I don't know if we need to wait till after the break to break that joint down. That truth joint, man. We just can't let that just. I'm not just going to move on. There ain't nothing else I'm ready to talk about, man.
Break it down. I want you to break it down.
We ain't got time, man. We against the break.
No, I mean when we come back. I'm saying break it down when we come back. Break it down, and then we got to get into a couple other issues, including some more governmental idiocy. We'll do that when we continue here.
For sure.
Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ. Listen to us daily on AM 560, 98.5 FM, and 96.1 FM.
If you need glass replaced, there's only one name you need to know. Ben Swinger Glass, the largest full-service glass company in the U.S. They've been an industry leader for over 125 years. For all your residential, commercial, or auto glass needs, Ben Swinger Glass is the name you need to know. 24-hour emergency service for all commercial customers, plus a nationwide warranty on all professionally installed glass. 2 Memphis locations, one in Midtown on Hollywood Street across from the Liberty Bowl, and one in Cordova off Germantown Parkway next to the Fox and Hound. Visit their website, benswingerglass.com. Ben Swinger Glass.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The President's Day sales event is going strong at Gossett Kia on Covington Pike. 2021 Kia Forte $133 a month lease. That's less than $5 a day for a new ride. 2021 Kia Soul, completely redesigned exterior and interior, $149 a month lease. And 2021 Kia K5, just $182 a month lease. All 36 months with $3149 due at signing, and they all come with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So let's conquer the cold and gear up for winter in your new Kia from Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, or online at KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a new Kia today.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor
36-month leases, $31.49 due at signing, 0 security deposit, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, $650 acquisition fee, Forte, ME3 MSRP $20,625, Soul M77 $55,638, MSRP $20,660, K5 MG 005560, MSRP $25,725, includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax title and license, with approved credit, see dealer for complete details, offer valid through 3/1/21, dealer stock only.
Grind City Brewing Company is taking care of beerness in Memphis. Grind City Brewing is the dream of a father and son duo to create a brand that delivers a high quality, great tasting, and easy drinking craft beer. And they've done it. The brewery sits high above the city elevation in uptown Memphis with 15,000 square feet of beerness, including a 5,000 square foot tap room. Grind City Brewing is committed to all things Memphis, including the Tigers. They have created a malt liquor called Tiger Tail that is the official craft beer of the University of Memphis. Tiger Tail comes in 16-ounce six-packs and is not your typical malt liquor. Tiger Tail is crafted with a bold and smooth flavor, has 7.5% alcohol, and its clean finish makes it incredibly easy drinking. Tiger Tail and Grind City Brewing, taking care of beerness in Memphis.
Head on over to Frontier Western Store for their famous February sale. This is Frontier's biggest sale of the year, and it's time to save big on boots and apparel. All men's jeans are now on sale. Wrangler Carhartt pants, $5 off. Area denim is also $5 off. There are huge savings on Carhartt shirts as well. Select clearance shirts and outerwear up to 50% off. Area shirts and jackets discounted as well. Hurry in for the best selection. All novelty shirts, including Simply Southern, Girly Girl, and Puppy Love, are buy one, get one half price. Men's t-shirts by Live Oak and A-Boat, also included in this sale. Frontier has markdowns in the boot room as well. Hundreds of boots by Double H, Rocky, Durango, and Ariat, now priced to move to make room for new spring arrivals. Stop by Frontier today and grab your next pair of dress or work boots. It's the famous February sale at Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, and on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Family owned and operated since 1967.
Sports 56 traffic.
So we're still dealing with the accident on Bill Morris Parkway, westbound at I-240. It's right there on the fork, either heading towards the Nashville exit or towards downtown Memphis. So we're still dealing with that accident. Also, we're still working a traffic area in Jackson, Tennessee. I-40 eastbound and westbound lanes between mile marker 82 and 87 is down to one lane due to them fixing the potholes in the roadway. So keep that in mind. And then also accident on Poplar Avenue at Bailey Station and a breakdown on I-55 near 3rd Street.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
If you need a centerpiece, 20 racks a table come from ebony. Cut that ivory into skinny pieces. Then she clean up with her face, but I love my baby. You talking money, need a hearing aid. You talking about me, I don't
Listeners, I like that punk, but I guess they collabed on this song.
I didn't know he did this with them either.
Yep, no, he did. I like the song.
Yeah,
it's one of my. I like The Weeknd. It's just, I don't know.
Bro, what was this thing with his face that was going on?
That was fake. That was makeup.
That was fake. Yeah, it was his. He's got a.
What
whole
was it
thing
for? Like, I understand that, but what was he doing? What was he trying to prove?
I'm not sure. It was the same thing with the red blazer and the whole. I don't know. It's a whole. He's got a whole.
He should have had Daft Punk as his Super
Bro,
Bowl.
what are we talking about, bro?
No, he was supposed to. He was supposed to. They apparently they didn't make it for whatever reason. They couldn't make it or didn't make it, or that was the plan actually. He was going to have Daft Punk at the Super Bowl.
I have time.
And they were like, nah, we're not doing that.
But you know what I do have time for, Peter? It's the truth.
What's that?
I got time for the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Coach JJ, bro, I haven't taken notes like this. Bro, when I was a churchgoer, I didn't take notes. You know what I mean? Like, this is what this.
Your
man said,
I've never taken notes in church before. But
man said, Peter, Sane, Zach,
Mhm,
I'm
mhm,
gonna tell y'all
mhm,
about the
mhm.
truth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He said, I'm a paraphrase. I'm a paraphrase. Because I'm gonna tell y'all about the truth. When it come down to the truth, you got to live it. Come on now. You got to tell it.
Yep.
And you got to take it. In order to do what? Become it. Oh, man, that blessed me, man. That man said, because Alex Lomax could live out the truth, could tell the truth, and take the truth. Oh, come on now.
Yep.
Take that hard criticism. He was able to be calm. Come on now. Somebody.
That's one of my favorite things about preachers is a preacher. Yeah, hit that music a little louder for me. A preacher, now I understand what I'm talking about right now. A preacher has never once. Now you listen to me when I'm telling you this. A preacher has never once finished a sentence without interrupting it to say, "Now listen up. Now y'all got this? Come on now. Stop it. Pause it."
He never said it just one time. You gotta
said it just one time straight up.
You gotta drop it in there again.
Now you understand what I'm saying now.
I got a friend.
Yeah. I got a friend. Let me say this again.
I got a friend, and we call each other. We fake prophesy all the time, right? Like I said, I got a word for your life. God just gave it to me. And it's always like something that's rhyming. Like it rhymes or it's got some type of cadence to it. He was like, bro, why God just can't speak in regular words? Like, why you gotta have a rhyme or a rhyme and be on time all the time?
That's God. That's God. That's God. That's God. Look at God. Look at God.
Why God gotta be dropping bars? Like why God
was the original MC. God was the original. OG stands for only God.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's
because we were both of us on the DoorDash platform, right? Like making easy money doing DoorDash. And I said, oh, God gave me a word, man. He said you out here making deliveries, but are you delivering? He said, I felt that. He's like why does everything have to work out perfect for God to speak? Like why does it have to
God has a way with words. That's what everybody, he is the word.
Yes, sir. Know that. They say
if you're living in the truth, then you understand what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, just like
and you're telling the truth.
Just like
you can take the truth. Now let's get real on this one. That one, that's tough one. That's tough one right there.
Then what happened?
You can do all that. You're gonna become the truth.
Become the truth. Come on. I mean, your name is truth. Oh, come on now. Y'all to see the
and not to be. Don't take that. Don't take that with.
You gotta see your name
that's right.
Is truth.
And don't take that to mean Paul Pierce, because that is not what we're talking about. Although the Apostle Paul was pierced with the love, of course, on the road to Samaria. We all remember.
Of course, you know that.
Come on.
And because hold on, I'm about to bring it home. And because Jesus, amen, was pierced on the cross. Come on now, Paul.
Yep, that's right.
Paul could be pierced. Oh, come on now, but see.
That's right.
So you missed it, Peter, before. But see you robbing Peter to pay Paul, but you missed it. Peter couldn't pay Paul unless Jesus was pierced on the cross. Oh, come on now. So y'all missed
come on.
You missed a chance. You missed a chance to praise him just then. Y'all missed a chance to praise. I'm going to praise him by myself, Zach. I don't need no help. I'll praise him by myself.
Praise. That's right.
Come on now.
Praise Jesus.
Y'all don't want to get with him.
Woo!
Come on now. So you try to rob Peter to pay Paul. Rob Peter to pay Paul. But you forgot Paul was pierced. Because Jesus, come on now.
When Jesus
paid,
paid,
that's right.
Come on
That's
now.
right. Hey, tell him about it.
But see, when you look back at Jesus, Peter, he had to live it. He had to live it.
That's right.
Come on now.
He had to live it. Oh yeah.
He had to tell it. Oh, come on now.
And he had. And what do you have to do at the end?
But on that Friday, the ultimate sacrifice, he had to take it, Peter. Oh, come on now.
And he took it. He took it for all of us.
He took it for you and me. Oh, come on now. Hey, we can wrap the whole. We can end the whole show right now.
That's Sunday morning though.
That's
Sunday morning.
Early was Sunday morning. Oh, come on now.
Oh,
come on now.
Come on now.
Hey.
The stone was moved.
Hey, they said they rolled the stone.
Fidgetal.
Away. They said it
he
went
did that fidgetal movement.
Yeah, fidgetal movement. And they said it went. They said it went nobody there. Abandoned ship.
That's right.
Come on now.
Coming down.
Hey, Peter.
Gethsemane. Him and me. Let's go.
A story told me one time that somebody went to a restaurant and the server when they were done eating that they got their napkin folded up and laid across the table, let the server know that they were done. It was finished. They said that when they rolled the stone away, Peter, that when they walked in, it was nothing but a big sheet folded up and laid across, you know what I'm saying, where his body used to be. Because it was done. It was over with, Peter. It was, oh, come on now. Y'all know the rest.
Yeah, that's right.
Y'all want to play with me
Praise
today.
the Lord.
Let's give me about 30 more minutes. I'm almost done. Hey, what is it?
Where's the plate? Pass that plate around. Let's get stuff. Come on.
We'll see y'all tonight. We'll see y'all tonight. Hopefully we'll see y'all tonight for evening service. Man, it is evening. You've been preaching for 4 hours. It's dark outside.
What y'all got cooking in the kitchen? Let's give me. I'm a little hungry right now. Come on.
Man, come on. What that communion part?
Give me some of that potluck. Give me some of that communion. Give me that potluck. What are we doing?
Can we get 2 for 1? Can we get 2 for 1 in communion bread? What we doing, man? I'm hungry.
I've been there all day.
Oh, man. But shout out to
Coach and that's nothing compared to what Jesus was going through.
Yeah, come on, man. Shout out to Coach
now,
JJ.
Coach JJ is the feel is there.
Oh, man. He brings I tell you, man, I think he needs to start serving double duty, man. I think he needs to, if the University of Memphis wants to consolidate things, just let JJ be clergy / coach. What would you call it? Cloachy?
Coach JJ?
Or the Koji?
Coachster. Pastor. Coach or pastor. Coachster. Oh. There it is.
Man, bro, I can't take it. Oh, man. I ain't been in that vein in a long time, man. It's still in me, I guess, man. I guess I can still go there. From watching my dad all my life and then being in church, man, I can still do it, man. Oh, man, that was funny. Yeah, Coach JJ would drop us some real stuff, man, for real.
I love it. I love hearing
and
about
all
it.
jokes aside, man, like if you don't notice how his DNA has infiltrated this team and these guys, like you can see it on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
He's fiery. Like he's at it the whole game. And I think you've seen it. You've seen this team progress since he's been on that sideline. And just look forward to having Coach JJ on as much as he can come on. So yeah, it's always good.
No, it's not. No, I think that's exactly right. He's a different kind of energy than Penny. He definitely has that ministerial, pastoral energy coming in. And I think he's been very good. And because he obviously connecting, locally, Penny's certainly the local connection, but also, Coach JJ's been here, doing it for a long, long time. Yeah. And I think he's got that direct connection to so many people, so many families, been around, knows exactly, what's going on. And it really solidifies that Memphis connection. I think he's done a nice job.
And he talked about, how it's time to eat. I mean, it truly is for this Tiger team. All the things they've been through. It's in front of you, whether that's winning whatever game you have against Houston or don't have, or whatever games you got left on the schedule. Like it's time to put up or shut up. It's conference tournaments coming. If you got to win the whole thing to get in, it's in front of you. The thing you've been doing the whole season, the thing you've been doing all your life playing basketball. The opportunity to get in is there, and and it's up to these young men led by Coach Penny Hardaway and his staff. If they want, they can make the season whatever they want to make out of it. If they can, battle to get in, it'll definitely be a success. There's nothing you can say bad about this team, and I hope they get it done, man. Like it starts today with Tulane. So,
well, it's going to start today. We'll see when we come back. I want to get into some of the ridiculousness of the governmental intrusion. We'll talk about that. Rob Fisher coming up at 9:00. Plenty more to get to here on a very busy and I think, frankly, a blessed edition.
Soulful.
Sports 56 Mornings. Soulful. Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio. We are Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
There's an institution in East Memphis that I love talking about. It's the Spirit Shop at 4848 Poplar Avenue, right down the street from Clark Tower, and it looks like a log cabin. It's been around Memphis since 1969 with a family-owned, friendly, knowledgeable sales staff that is just a wonderful place to go. I love going in and talking wine or bourbons, and they've got such great selection. So if you've not visited the Spirit Shop in a while, it's been remodeled. You'll love what you see when you need spirits. Tell Eddie Wollo said hello.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
All 75 months at 3.04%. Mirage MH 002682, MSRP 16865, G4 MHF 01572, MSRP 18360, Outlander Sport MU 004915, MSRP 24740. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
Ready, set, start your new year with a new ride from Gossett Mitsubishi on Covington Pike. Get the hatchback hero in 2021 Mirage, $12,342 or $129 a month. 2021 Mitsubishi Mirage G4, 41 mpg highway, $13,997 or $149 a month. And jumpstart your journey in 2021 Outlander Sport, $17,938 or $199 a month. And these are not leases. You own your new ride. Plus, you get Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. That's Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. You've heard me talk about how we offer the best products, the best warranties, and the best services for years. Now let's talk about pricing. Pricing should never be the only reason you hire a contractor, but in today's world, pricing is always a consideration. So we suggest you get 2 or 3 estimates for your roof replacement from a reputable, licensed, and insured company, and then give us a call. If we can't beat your best price for a comparable roof system by more than $100, we'll give you $100. It's that simple. We are so sure we can offer you the best price, beating all other qualified companies. We will hand you $100 if we can't, and thank you for the opportunity. So give us a call. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Make $100? Fiveash Roof Services, a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Fiveash Roof Services, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Yeah.
I got a
yeah.
Texter says the gospel according to Coach JJ is a little midweek service on his own for real. That's what it's all about, man.
That's beautiful. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's beautiful. See.
So you get more here, man. Not only are we the official show of Tiger basketball, had to go on and grab that right fast. The stock was kind of going low, so we bought it low.
We bought it low and revived it. Man.
Revived it, man. That's how you flip it, man. Natural born hustlers over here.
All right. Well, welcome back, everybody. As we continue, you're right. You're right.
Everybody wanted to jump. Everybody in the city wanted to jump off the Tiger bandwagon, man. We grabbed it, bro. Like, hey, we running with it. Let's go. Boogie in them.
There's still a possibility.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's still a possibility. There's still the possible situation. It's very, very, very. I'm not going to say it's likely, but it's definitely.
They can do.
It's not totally out of the realm of possibility.
No, not at all.
And especially with the fact they're playing better. Now again with this pause, who knows, what that does to their rhythm and all that stuff. But I mean, they've certainly played. They've certainly played well. And they've improved over the course of the season, and that's been the biggest thing. It does look like that offense, that Lion offense. They took them a while to kind of figure what they wanted to do, but it actually kind of playing into the hands properly. It's doing the right thing. I think that's good. That's good. And so hopefully they can kind of pick right back up where they left off and not be too affected by that pause. It's going to have to do something. I mean, you know, with as much time as they've missed and having guys out and all that, it's not easy. I think at the we shall see. Now, I wanted to point out that there is a number of state senators who have put an open letter out to the chancellors and presidents of the state universities in Tennessee, including, of course, Dr. David Rudd, president of the University of Memphis, Donnie Plowman of the UT Knoxville, Glenda Glover at TSU, Sidney McPhee at MTSU. Of course, your daughter's at MTSU, and so they put this letter out yesterday that said, "Dear chancellors and presidents, in light of recent news reports, we want to address the issue of our student athletes kneeling during the national anthem prior to sports competitions. The national anthem is symbol of pride, blah, blah, blah. During athletic competitions, our student athletes represent not only themselves, but also our universities and all the citizens of the state, many of whom view this form of protest as offensive and disrespectful to the very thing our national anthem represents. To address this issue, we encourage each of you to do policies within your respective departments to prohibit any such actions moving forward. We view this as a teachable moment in which administrators may listen to concerns from students, but also exercise leadership in stating unequivocally what the national anthem means to this nation and explain proper times, places, and manners for expressing protest." This is signed by 27 state senators, all Republicans. This is, I mean, like, you know, I've never failed. The bar is so low for our state legislature. Like, it's so low. It's just it's such an embarrassing body in general.
Mm-hmm.
And this lowers it even further. Is there not something else that can be done? Do we have all the problems in Tennessee solved? Did we get everything right? Are we good in Tennessee?
No.
I don't think so.
No. Well, Peter,
there's nothing better that these guys can do with their time, that these men and women are trying to do, than to take away constitutionally protected rights and to intervene, in particular, when they start with kneeling for the national anthem. I mean, it shows a complete lack of awareness of what, you know, the First Amendment is, about what the country is all about. The specifics of kneeling tells you exactly who they're targeting with all of this. It is another example of how the people that are, you know, supposedly in leadership positions have absolutely no clue how to lead and what it means to be free, what it means to be a leader, what it means to be an American. Frankly, it's embarrassing.
I'm gonna punt on this, but I'm gonna throw it back to you. I'm gonna throw 3 questions back to you, Peter. I've said what I had to say about this already. I'm gonna throw 3 things that I gathered from this document. I'm gonna ask you, Peter, what does the national anthem represent? I'm going to ask you, what does it mean to this country? And I'm going to I really want you to speak on this last line where he says, that people should explain proper times, places, and manners for expressing protest. Mm-hmm. I'm going to ask you the question: how do they want us to protest? Because I've never seen one that the oppressors have been okay with. But that's kind of how protesting works. So I'm wondering. I'm wondering how. Like, let me know the rules of protest, Peter, because. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the rules of protest. That's the thing. It's a game that cannot be won. Mm-hmm. There's no, there's always. It's never the right time. If you right. kneel peacefully, then that's disrespectful. But if you
gotta be respectful
protest
with your protest
loudly,
come on, guys.
It's too loud. If you're in the streets, you can't be in the streets.
But
if you're in schools or in
ambulance,
you can't be
there, man. Can't do that.
Exactly. If you are violent, it's too violent. If you're not violent, then then it's disrespectful, and you should be, like, the rules are always going to change, and it's never going to be right. It's just like a carnival game. Like, it's never going to be right. You're never going to be able to do the right thing, because there is no, in their mind, there is no right thing. The right thing for them is that it doesn't happen, and everybody just shuts up and deals with whatever is out there and take it and don't complain. We talked about this before, but the anthem, the fact that you play the anthem in at the beginning of events is a form of political speech. That's a choice that universities and schools and whoever else have made. And when you play the anthem, you open people up to the interpretation of that anthem, of what that means. And we've talked about what the anthem means specifically, and what the actual lyrics of the anthem is. If you continue past that first verse, it gets pretty dark.
Yeah, it gets
talks about slaves, talks about slave holding, talks about protecting the rights,
the spoils of war, and conquering nations.
Exactly. It's a pretty, let's be kind and say outdated document that's out there, and we kind of sugarcoat all of that. But when you play that, you are essentially saying, this is my interpretation of it as a university, and you are forced to adhere to that. And if you don't, then there will be consequences. Well, that's not, again, what's the First Amendment? What is your right as a human being in a public space? What is your right in a public university? You have the right to protest. You have the right to, and you don't have to be, fully engaged in that situation. You don't have to do that. In these kids, and that's really an important lesson that they should learn, is that is part of being an American, is protest. It always has been. That was, we were formed on a protest. We were formed as part of a protest. We, as a nation, protested against, tyranny and all that, and that was a fundamental backbone of the American Revolution, which ultimately led to the creation of this country. That's what supposedly we are built on. But when it hits too close to home, for some folks,
it hits different.
They can't deal with it.
Energy swaps out.
Exactly.
But here's the thing, man. Like elected officials, let's focus on getting some clean water for all people. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's what is there nothing better to do? Have we solved all the problems?
Yeah. Can we get can we have it where the state doesn't shut down for a week because of snow? Can we work on those type of things? Can we get some mask ordinances going on? Can we get some funding for people who would prefer to stay at home, prefer not to be out in public, but really can't? Can we, for people who work as servers in restaurants, can we get some money out to them? Like, can we just match their salary from last year or something like that? Something. Can we take care of people so COVID won't hit as hard as? Can we get some acting like we care about COVID at all outside of the first couple weeks of the shutdown? Can we get some vaccines pumped out? Can it be a little bit more easier to get a vaccine done? Can we stop throwing away thousands?
Childhood. Can we work on childhood education?
Let's take care of that.
Childhood education. Can we work on the social net? Can we work on?
Can we fix these potholes?
Infrastructure.
Can we fix these potholes?
Can we get some infrastructure? Infrastructure. Can we do it? I mean,
can I get a second trash can? Can I get 2 trash cans in my house, man?
That's not really the state. I'm not going to put that on the state. I can't put that on the state. But I will say there are plenty of other state issues that this even if this were an issue, which it's not, it's just ridiculous. But
can we get the Mexican pizza back? Get Taco Bell.
Taco Bell? Oh, okay. I mean, it's you can ask.
McDonald's brought back the High C orange. It's back. So why we can't get the Mexican pizza back, man? Tennessee, come on now.
I'm just saying this whole thing is asinine and rightly the
Memphis needs to just leave, man.
State senator put out this it's the fundamental lack of like what a First Amendment means or what it means to protest or what it just. The whole point of protest is to be, if you protest, that was why people are saying it was such a ludicrous thing to say, oh, why can't they kneel in the locker room, whatever. Like, the whole point of protest is to make people aware of something. If you protest in a closet, that isn't that's not making anyone aware of anything. You're trying to call people's attention to a problem that is not being addressed. And the only way you do that is to get people's attention.
Yeah.
It isn't that hard, I don't think. So
No,
I don't know. I don't.
I'm done. I've made light of this conversation because I don't want to.
People are being
that's not
intentionally obtuse about these issues.
Yeah.
That's what's frustrating.
Just like the people who say all lives matter. Like, when people say Black Lives Matter, you know what that means. Clearly we're not saying that our lives only matter. That's false.
Yes. Yeah.
Clearly.
You're being intentionally obtuse. You're being that's
we're just saying,
absurd.
Hey, you guys' lives matter. We wouldn't mind, maybe ours mattering a little too as well, A little fair treatment would be fine. Close to fair-ish. Treatment would be okay. That's all Black Lives Matter means. We just said, hey, we want to matter too. Hey, we're over here, black people. We love to matter.
And we exist.
We'll be fine with mattering sometime soon. If you guys don't mind, maybe outside of Black History Month that you guys have destroyed with Snowvit and water messing up. Like, we just hated Black History Month. Y'all just took this from us, man. Snowvit.
We'll come back. We got
to start over in March, man. No, we can't go out like this.
Let's just have June.
Black History Month coming back in March. Extended.
Black History Month 2?
Yeah. It's only 4 weeks, and one of them was snowed in. No, we cranking it back up.
It's fine by me. I don't know.
Real talk, man.
I'm guessing the Tennessee State Legislature probably wouldn't like that very much.
We are participating in any. I almost said the wrong word.
Hour number 3. We're going to talk to Ralph Fisher when we return. Stick around.
You're scrambling around. You need a haircut. Where you gonna go? I got a place that has 15 locations. I've got a place where details matter. I've got a place that can be invigorating and relaxing at the same time. You know what it is. It's Supercuts. Every haircut ends with the signature hot towel finish. Every haircut matters. When you're getting ready, you go into Supercuts. The stylist will pay attention to every detail. So you get the haircut you want, and, of course, you're going to finish with that signature hot towel. You walk out clean, sharp, and not just ready, but super ready. And you might want to ask that hairstylist about what the Tea Tree experience is. One part invigorating, one part relaxing. The Tea Tree experience is something you need to try. 15 locations. I mentioned that, didn't I? All you've got to do is go to supercuts.com. You'll find the one nearest to you. Get super ready at Supercuts.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
2021 is finally here. Might I suggest we start the wonderful new year with a makeover for your beautiful house. I'm Brian Elder. I'm a roofer. I fix roofs. Don't let them tell you that it has to be replaced when all it may need is some love. 867-0303. Let me love on your roof. I've made quite the reputation over the last decade as the guy to call after the insurance company denies the claim. Overturning a claim that has gone bad is an art form where you argue county code, manufacturer specs, and details of your policy that they have to abide by. So let me see it first. If I say it's a claim, it's a claim. 867-0303. Money is free at Brian Elder Roofing with 0% financing for half a decade. I'll measure your roof from outer space and get you a quote right over the phone. 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
This is a job alert. If you're looking for work, this will interest you, whether you're looking for full-time, part-time, or even something temporary if you've been recently furloughed. Text 107-JOB to 49330. That's 107-JOB to 49330. Office work available now in a clean office environment with all COVID precautions taken. Text 107-JOB to 49330 and someone will be in touch about these job opportunities available now. Text 107-JOB to 49330.
Need to sell your home? You're in luck because I buy houses. All you have to do is call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that PIN, 901-406-1101, or just save it in your phone. Bill at I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses buys houses in any area, in any condition, at any time, as simple as that. I Buy Houses is guaranteed to close in 5 days. So if you need your cash fast, just call Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. Has your house been on the market? Were you just tired of renters? Or is it just time to start over? Well, avoid repairing, cleaning, painting, and prepping your house. Just pick up the phone and call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's Bill at I Buy Houses. If you're in Southwind, South Memphis, North Mississippi, North Memphis, Collierville, if you can hear this, just call my friend Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101.
It may be cold outside, but your deals keep getting hotter and hotter, Jeff. Hey, let's conquer the cold and gear up for winter with the Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah President's Day sales event.
We got you covered, Randy. Let's talk. 2021 Kia Forte, $133 a month lease. 2021 Kia Soul, redesigned inside and out, $149 a month lease. And a 2021 Kia K5, $182 a month lease. All just 36 months, $3149 due at signing.
That's what I'm talking about, Jeff. Plus, every Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah comes with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah, 2680 Mount Moriah, or KiaMountMoriah.com.
All 36-month leases, $3149 due at signing, 0 security deposit, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, $650 acquisition fee, Forte, ME3 19038, MSRP $20,625, Soul, M7755,638, MSRP $20,660, K5, MG 005560, MSRP $25,725, include all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF $695, excludes tax filer license, with approved credit, see dealer for complete details, offer valid through 3/1/21, dealer stock only.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
If you're coming from Jackson, Tennessee, or you're heading to Jackson, Tennessee, just be aware that on I-40 eastbound in both directions, they're filling in the potholes and repaving, repairing the roads on I-40 east and westbound lanes between mile marker 82 and 87. Also, the accident on Bill Morris Parkway at I-240, that accident has been cleared. And one other incident out on the roadways, we have a building fire on US 61 southbound over in Arkansas near AR 148. And that is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Hour number 3 is here. Welcome back. In the Family Leisure Studios, my name is Peter Edmiston. He is Anthony Sane. Zach Boyd on the ones and twos, especially today.
What do you
Daft
consider?
Punk style.
What do you consider Daft Punk genre? Like, is it
techno?
Is it dubstep or?
No. Dubstep is more. I mean, I guess they've done some dubstep stuff, but
they created
it's
a genre.
Just
They are
pure
a genre.
Techno, pretty pure techno. So that's where they are. As we begin hour number 3 of the program, presented by our friends at Acura of Memphis, we're going to talk to our buddy Rob Fisher coming up here momentarily. Can't wait to hear from Fish and what he has to say about the Grizzlies and about what's been a tricky time for the Grizzlies. It is a lovely day, though. I will say that it's going to be nice, high in the mid 60s. It's already getting close to that right about now. The melt is very much pretty much done. It has DeAnthony melted out here in these streets, and I'll say this too: there's still a little bit of snow and here and there, and then little very shady parts. But for the most part, you won't see any more snow. But obviously, we still got to boil our water. That's unless you're in Collierville, Bartlett, unless you're in some other, like, I guess what, Germantown, Collierville, Bartlett are outside of the MLGW range, but otherwise everybody else that's in Shelby County that's in that MLGW area has got to boil the water until further notice. So you can't wash your hands though.
Yep.
And wash, whatever you need to wash.
I got my Ted Cruz on last couple of days. Went to Germantown, went to Bartlett, ate good. You know what I'm saying? Got me a good beverage with ice.
Sweet ice.
Yes, I was like, just eating ice. Oh yes, you.
It's like I never wanted water. I never wanted water so much in my life. Just water.
Sweat hogs. Imagine me drinking Memphis water. Yeah, I had a great time in Germantown and Bartlett.
It's fantastic.
Just kind of get a refill, extra ice, please. Thank you, ma'am.
More ice, please. Melt the ice, please, just so I can
shake
drink
it. Can you pre-shake it for me?
So beautiful. So beautiful out there. Tonight's Grizzly game is brought to you, presented on there by our friends at FanDuel Sportsbook. FanDuel Sportsbook can get you going no matter what it is that you are looking for. And the Grizzly game tomorrow night, if you want to do that same game parlay that we've talked about a lot, and we've already had, our friend Alex has won a couple times, big on the same game parlay. And you've recommended that you think because of the perceived snub for Ja Morant, it's you think maybe it's a good opportunity to check that same game parlay tomorrow night and
get that money,
put a little something on the over on the points total for Ja Morant. Maybe the over on that assist total, maybe a triple double, maybe triple double. I don't know. We'll see how they going to be extra motivated, but all that same game parlay, it's only available on FanDuel Sportsbook, and you can get the app on Android or iOS. Use promo code BIGHEAD when you sign up, and you can turn a little bit into a whole lot. Just that simple. It happens every single night. Somebody's a big winner. It could be you tonight. Of course, the terms do apply. You need to be in the state of Tennessee and 21 or older when you sign up. Find out more at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For problem gambling, call 1-800-889-9789. It is FanDuel Sportsbook. And our pal Rob Fisher, who has the numbers for you throughout the Grizzlies games, brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. He joins us now on the program. Good morning, Rob Fisher. How are you, buddy?
Good morning, man. I'm jealous of Anthony. I want to get me some ice too, man. I went to McDonald's with the boy yesterday, and there's nothing like getting a Big Mac meal and having to drink milk.
Yeah, the kids love that. I don't know. The kids do that. I can't understand that.
I got that 4 for $4, man, and had to tell them just throw the drink away. I'm going to splurge today.
I was like, maybe I'll take it home and have a Coke. I mean, geez, that was gross.
Well, and here's the other thing too. You don't live that far away from Germantown, Fish. I'm not going to put your business out there on the streets, but you could just take a little jaunt over to Germantown pretty easily, I think, and live like a king, and just open up a tap and just drink straight from a faucet.
Well, I didn't even think about it. I ordered my Big Mac meal, and I was like, oh yeah, and I'll take a Coke. And they're like, yeah, we can't sell soda. And I was like, oh man, should have gone to the other McDonald's.
Down the street, man.
I know they're giving away free sodas. Like, everybody gets a soda. You just walk, hey, look at us, woo-hoo. Yeah, this is great.
It was funny. The person in front of us in line, because Kroger, you can't find water, right? And the person in front of us in line bought like 10 bottles of water at McDonald's. And the drive-through, they're just handing more water after water. I was like, my Lord, how much water did this person buy from McDonald's? It's crazy.
Yep. That's we live in strange times, my friend. We live in strange times indeed. The melt is on. It's happening. But the Grizzlies, listen to me now. They got to thaw out a little bit, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The offensively, it's been a little bit melted. And you understand the amount of performance we've seen. It's been dripping, and those pipes have been burst. Perhaps the water pressure is low. What is happening, Rob Fisher?
Well, not knocking down open shots. I mean, that's what's tough. I mean, they're moving the ball, they're getting wide open looks, and they're not hitting them. So you could say, well, you're not a three-point shooting team, but man, when you got the open looks that you get, that's the shot, and you got to take them. And teams are letting Ja shoot. They're letting the Grizzlies get those open looks, and they're just not hitting them at all. I mean, what is it now? I think it's 16 for 84 over the last 3 games that the Grizzlies have shot from 3. So, I mean, that's not going to do it today in the NBA, and you have to have some sort of 3-point presence. I mean, to hold Dallas to 102, that should be good on most
should have won.
Yeah, but that wasn't good enough for the team right now. The Phoenix game was just a mess, but the Dallas game, it was just disappointing. I mean, both games, being out of it as early as you were was just, it was disappointing. And 1 for 10 to start shooting in Dallas, and then all of a sudden you're climbing up that hill the rest of the game, and just makes things a lot more difficult and puts more pressure on you to make those shots. And I think this is when you really miss Jaren Jackson more than anything, and you've missed him all year, and you've survived, I guess, without him at this point. But I think you missed Dylan Brooks, too. I mean, at least he's a threat and can knock some of those down. So just too much inconsistency offensively. Defense has been okay. I mean, they were okay in early in the Phoenix game, too. But then Booker and Paul were able to do whatever they want when they played with the lead, and they're getting out in transition. When you're not making baskets, it's tough to really play the defense you want to play. So just the offense hurting, and when the offense has been hurting, it's hurt the defense a little bit. Just, they got to play better. I'm with you, though, Anthony. I think, Ja always uses whatever he can for chips on his shoulder. I mean, hell, he used a guy on Twitter last year to motivate him for a game. So, if this is going to motivate him, fine, so be it.
Yeah.
So I expect Ja to be just fine.
So who's gonna send out the daily Ja, you didn't make the All-Star game, like pregame tweet? Who's gonna do that? Hey, just want to remind you, Ja, you didn't make the All-Star game.
I might yell it out to him when he hits the floor tomorrow night. Hey, Ja, did you make the All-Star team?
Yeah, my battery, my phone's been tripping, man. I'm not getting Twitter notifications. What happened? Did you make it?
All-Star, Ja. Oh, sorry.
No, you made it. Right?
Not quite All-Star. Oh, no.
I'll do that for the team. I'll take one for the team. Yeah, and then when I interview him post-game, he can say, yeah, before the game, you told me that I was an All-Star. Oh, yeah, my bad.
Shout out to Rob Fisher.
Rob Fisher.
Shout out Rob Fisher. You hear me? Big Fish.
Gave me the
Filet of fish told me.
You hear me, Fish?
Fish told me. Look like an All-Star to me. Maybe I should tweet out the numbers. What do you think, Sane? I went back and forth on that yesterday. I was like, I don't know if I want to open up this can of worms or not.
Man, you don't want this smoke. Because T already on Facebook hopping down on dudes, man. You don't think you want this smoke, man.
I mean, hell,
I don't think T's on Twitter, though. I don't think T's on Twitter, though. I don't think
he
T's
might
on Twitter,
be.
though. So, he probably is, but
if you see like a me Miranda or something, me Durant, like it might be T in this guy.
Well, let me. So, Fish, let me.
If he's not on Twitter, somebody who knows him is.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
it's getting back to him.
Yeah, he'll get it.
Yeah. Because the numbers I'm referring to are John Morant's numbers in the situations this year where, in clutch type.
Don't sugarcoat it. You call him a pad stat or a.
I called him a pad stat. I said he's a pad stat.
He's a pad.
This guy's a pad stat over here.
Don't sugarcoat. Throw the hate out there. You stat.
I said his numbers this year are surprisingly high in non-competitive situations. When the Grizzlies are up 15 or more, I even from after the show, I even went and found a way to parse it even further. When the Grizzlies are up 15 or more or when the Grizzlies are down 15 or more in the fourth quarter, Josh shooting 70% this year. And in the second halves of games when they're down 15 or more, he's shooting 53% in those situations. When the game is a 2-possession game, when it's between 6 points, so I did plus or minus 6. In those same situations, Josh shooting 42% in second halves and 31% in fourth quarters. Now, last year those numbers were quite a bit different for Ja. He was shooting 54% in fourth quarters in those same situations. That's down to 31%. And there wasn't really a difference in the 15 or more versus the close numbers last year. I went and looked at that as well. There wasn't really a difference there. So I'm saying this year, it appears to me, I don't think there's much there. I'm not saying it's a big deal necessarily, but it is noticeable. And the only reason I looked at it, Fish, is because watching the games, it looks like he is pushing harder when the game is out of reach. It looks like putting up those. That's the only reason I even chased looking at the actual numbers to begin with, because of the whole eye test and watching the games. Do you think there's anything there? Do you think he needs to be more aggressive early in the game?
Well, I think there's always room to be more aggressive early in the game. I think there have been times that there was the game, I want to say it was the Phoenix game, where he really came out in the third quarter and had an amazing third quarter. And, it's great to see him come out of the locker room and play with that aggression. And, he's better when he's aggressive. The team's better when Ja's aggressive. So should he be more aggressive to start the game? Sure, yeah. I think there's always room for being more aggressive. But I don't think there's anything there, because I think those numbers can change so dramatically so quickly. You look at the Grizzlies overall as a team, and defensively 2 weeks ago they were second in the league, and now they're, 19? I mean, those numbers can change so quick and so quickly and can turn in your favor.
I will say some of us pointed out during that time that the Grizzlies had played a very low quality schedule from an offensive standpoint, and that their defensive rating against the better offenses was not good at that point. So I think there was some mirage elements to that. But anyway, go ahead.
I said mirage elements.
Man, you think every stat is padded.
It's fixed.
You're a
you got to have context, Rob Fisher. Everything requires context,
Man, you damn.
I like my stats like I like my tie. Pad. That's exactly right.
John's fine, man. I'll go back to what JB said about him a few weeks ago. I don't worry about the kid. I mean, he's a winner. He knows what to do. He knows where the problems are. He's not stupid. He knows he's not shooting well from three. I mean, and those are things that he'll continue to try and get better at. And I think the one thing about Ja is every day it's about trying to be better, and every day it's about trying to be a winner. And so I don't worry about Ja and his numbers. I'm concerned about the Grizzlies' numbers offensively. Certainly, they need to be a lot better, and it does start with Ja. He's the head of the snake, but I don't worry about him. I think he's finding guys open. They're not knocking down shots, and I think it gets to a point where Ja just decides, all right, well, nobody else can score, so I'm going to go ahead and start scoring. And then he starts getting in the paint and getting these easy baskets and starts padding those stats. But I think that I think it's a matter of Ja feeling out the game, and it's sometimes feeling like, well, I have to score because no one else can at this point. So I don't concern myself with him. He's going to be just fine, and especially tomorrow when I tell him that he's not an all-star.
Right. Stand pat and stand the pats. Stat the pads.
Stat the pads and pad the stats.
Ja Morant is going off in the fourth. Shout out to Rob Fisher. Winner, chicken dinner.
Chicken.
He's Rob.
Oh, man.
So, so now it doesn't be easier because you've got these games against the Clippers coming up, and you've got, teams are, the thing that I think is an issue. I think, Ja Morant's obviously a star. He's the closest thing the Grizzlies have to a superstar. He's great. None of my comments should be construed to mean that I don't think he still has the same amount of potential and all that stuff. Of course he does. But, I mean, you have to hold yourself to a high standard. He has to hold himself to a high standard. More importantly, Fish, I think teams are holding him to a high standard. And teams are now saying, look, hey, we're gonna we may blitz you coming off of this screen and roll and get the ball out of your hands, or we may elect to just wall off the paint and say, hey, man, you want to take a three? Go crazy. You're one of your last 20 from threes. You're shooting 5% in the last month. Have at it. Go crazy. Take a shot from 15 feet out. We don't care. We're not letting you get into the paint without some serious physicality. That's something he's got to, the shot needs work, confidence, whatever it is, because that's not going to change. Teams are now making him work a little harder and a little differently.
No doubt about it, but I think what we've seen from Ja in his short career already is him making adjustments. I think when he started last year, the thing that a lot of teams did was you'd let him get in the paint, but you wouldn't let him get to the basket. And Ja tried to get to the basket just about every time and had a shot blocked, or he got met by bigs at the basket. So within the first month of his career, what did he do? Well, he started pulling up short of the bigs and knocking down a little floater. Well, now I think he'll continue to make adjustments. He did in the bubble. I think he will now, where, now they're not allowing him really to get into the paint until they're meeting him, but he still has that elbow jumper. He still has that jumper from the free throw line that he can knock down, and in the games that he's doing that, that's when he's getting a lot of those numbers in the second half, because he does get past his initial guarded player, and he'll get to the free throw line, get to the elbow, and he's got that shot wide open, and he can knock those down with regularity. So I think it's just a matter of Ja adjusting, and he's too good of a player to not adjust. So I think we'll see Ja adjust. I think we'll see some monster games from Ja, and and back to all-star form for him. So I figure he's a guy that's smart enough. He's a winner. He's going to adjust. He's going to make the right adjustments, and he'll figure it out. I mean, he's too good of a player to not figure it out. And I think so far early in his career, when he's had to make adjustments, he's figured it out. And I think he'll do the same thing this time around.
Rob, I'm going to ask you this question. See how I can phrase this the right way. You cover Ja up close. You see him every game. You're up close and personal with him. Me and Peter talked about a lot of things. It's like all three of us love Ja to death. We're super glad that he's here, and we're enjoying seeing some of the growing pains of watching a young budding star in this market.
Right.
Do you sense a unnecessary almost animosity almost towards media that really doesn't have to be there? Like he's like he gives answers to questions that like Ja, we're on your side, bro. Like we're not, you know what I mean? Like what do you notice that, and do you think that's something he'll eventually realize? Like, look, we can work together more than we can work doing some of the things that we do the way that we do them.
Yeah, I think it's more just frustration now. Right now, he's frustrated with himself, and certainly frustrated when the team's not winning. So I think that's really what it is. I don't think anyone's ever attacked Ja, really, right. and I don't think
never has. Like nobody's really taken shots at Ja. No, never.
No, never. And but I think it's hard for a player too who's constantly told how great he is when he's not playing really well.
Mm-hmm.
And he holds himself to a high standard. He holds himself to a higher standard than probably any of us hold him to. So when he's hearing how good he is and the team's not, I think that probably bothers him as well.
Right.
So I think that's basically when Ja's been maybe short or what have you. I think it's a lot of just frustration with himself, not really frustration with the media. He's great. He's always talking about team first. He's always talking about winning over his stats.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he gets it. He understands it. He's a true pro. But I think sometimes, he's got to be the guy. Mike Conley had to go through it.
Mm-hmm.
And now Ja has to go through it, where every game he's accountable because he's the best player on the team. He's the leader on the team. Wins, losses, he's going to have to talk. And I think sometimes it can just get frustrating for a guy to have to do it night in and night out, especially when he's not playing well. Or, his stats might look like he had a good game, but the team loses and he feels like it wasn't a very good game for him because he knows he's going to hear about it from T when he gets home. So I think that those things probably kind of all build to some frustration from him. So, yeah, it'll be fine, because when they win, he doesn't show that frustration. I think Ja's amazing in that, a lot of times in the locker room, he can be kind of short. He can kind of give
some weird answers.
your weird answers. But, man, when he's on television and talks after a game.
Yeah, it's so strange.
How well-spoken, how long-winded, how detailed he is about everything.
Yeah, it's wild, man.
It's amazing to me how good he is doing that.
Right.
And so, I mean, he plays it to his advantage. He plays it to how he wants it to come out.
It's so strange. Because it's like we saw him tweet, damn, after he didn't make the All-Star game. But if you ask him about the All-Star game after tomorrow's game, I don't care about that. Like what do you mean, Josh? You just said, like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? That stuff. I just hope he just gets that out of his system.
Well, the thing is, like, I'm not a stat patter and all that stuff. Well, I mean, like, you kind of
fiction.
Like methinks doth protest too much, as Shakespeare once said. You have to you got to be a little concerned. But I mean, it's not that big of a deal, honestly, in the scheme of things. But it is notable and difficult, and not if you grow up. It's one of my favorite sayings. I always say it. It applies here as well. If all you have is a hammer, every problem looks like a nail. And if you grow up in an antagonistic environment where everything is perceived as hating fueled, they don't believe in you, then it all turns into that, even from people that aren't saying that at all. And it doesn't have to be adversarial energy to get you going. And I think sometimes he struggles with that.
Right.
He has to sort of manufacture some adversarial energy to kind of to get where he needs to be mentally, and I don't think that's going to work for him, especially as he gets more and more successful. It's just not going. You're going to have to find the energy.
He's running out of enemies. Like nobody's against him.
Yeah, you got, and you don't want to create. You don't want to create your own enemies.
No, Damian Lillard's the same way.
Yeah, Dame might be worse.
Yeah,
think about it.
Yeah. Damian Lillard's definitely.
It worked for him. He's 30.
Dame is.
Yeah, but it took him a while. It took him a while to find that right mix. It took him a while to kind of get calibrated on all that. You can't. It's tiring living like that. You can't do it. You can't live like that. It's just not going. I would encourage him to find some other another outlet for that sort of thing. Well, it's we'll see tomorrow night. Grizzlies back in action against the Clippers. Certainly doesn't get easy. It's going to be very tough. The announcement of the rest of the schedule, 2:00 this afternoon. Very interested to see. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for the Grizzlies. There's going to be some nasty stretches because they got to make up a bunch of games. So it's not going to be easy.
All right.
We await that.
That's one thing that I don't want to hear anymore is about this team being tired. I mean, my goodness, they had a 2-week break. They had a 2-week break.
Had a good break, man.
And they're young.
That's true.
I mean, come on. Tired's not a good excuse for this team.
So what would you call it? What would you call it, Rob? No, I'm leave that alone.
I'd call it they can't shoot right now. I mean, call it what it is.
Yeah.
They're not playing well,
I was referring to the resting players. I was referring to the resting players part, but I'll leave you out of them. I'll leave you out of them, Rob. Yeah, I ain't gonna
don't get fish fired.
Fish fried.
Want to see what you can do, man?
It's a fish fry over here.
Yeah, you got to give Jitty a chance to show off for everybody. You got to get Sean McDermott some run. All right, Rob Fisher, thank you very much. Looking forward to seeing you on the broadcast tomorrow night, my friend.
Fellas, it's always a pleasure, and if I could just promote Night Court, Brevin Knight and I in our podcast. Check it out, Night Court.
It's good stuff,
wherever you get your podcasts. We had some good stuff last week talking about Draymond's comments. Brevin gets a little heated, so it's fun. It's a fun podcast each week. Night Court. Get it wherever you get your podcast.
I like when Brevin gets heated. It's good.
It's always good.
Entertaining. It's entertaining stuff right there.
Rob
Fisher, thank you very much.
It gets him more heated though because then I laugh at him.
Oh well, you can't help it.
He uses that as motivation.
He's such a calm dude.
I'm like the Twitter guys for Brevin. Yeah.
T. Morant. He is T. Morant to the job of Brevin. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Fish.
All right, guys.
That's Rob Fisher joins us. We'll come back. We'll talk about that specific what he was some of the things he was referring to with that media aspect. Also, an interesting story coming out of Baltimore as well. A good news story that's interesting, but I find the whole thing a little bit confusing too. We'll talk about that when we continue here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
The voice of your Memphis Tigers, Dave Woloshin. The man with all the stats, Brett Norsworthy. Together, an unbeatable combo of entertaining and insightful sports talk. Wolo and Stats, 3 hours a day, every weekday from 3 to 6 on Sports 56.
The fun continues at Family Leisure with a brand new Factory Direct pool and patio sale. The new 2021 inventory is in. You got to get ready now and beat the rush. Become the first one to have your pool installed. They have spas in stock, and those are ready for installation right now, too. Complete your backyard with a new set of patio furniture, all state-of-the-art. Special financing available. Family Leisure, I-40 and Whidden Road, where family and fun come together.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roof Services. You've heard me talk about how we offer the best products, the best warranties, and the best services for years. Now let's talk about pricing. Pricing should never be the only reason you hire a contractor, but in today's world, pricing is always a consideration. So we suggest you get 2 or 3 estimates for your roof replacement from a reputable, licensed, and insured company, and then give us a call. If we can't beat your best price for a comparable roof system by more than $100, we'll give you $100. It's that simple. We are so sure we can offer you the best price, beating all other qualified companies. We will hand you $100 if we can't, and thank you for the opportunity. So give us a call. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Make $100? Five-Ash Roof Services, a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Five-Ash Roof Services, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five-Ash Roofing is what we do. We're here for you.
Hi, I'm Tito Beveridge, founder and master distiller at Tito's Handmade Vodka. In 1997, I started the first micro distillery in the state of Texas with my dog, Dog Joe, at my side. We're still working with dogs out at the distillery after all these years. Learn more about how dogs are a part of life here at Tito's Handmade Vodka at vodkafordogpeople.com. Tito's Handmade Vodka is made from corn and naturally gluten-free. Cheers. 80 proof Tito's Handmade Vodka, distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. Tito'sVodka.com.
The President's Day sales event is going strong at Gossett Kia on Covington Pike. 2021 Kia Forte $133 a month lease. That's less than $5 a day for a new ride. 2021 Kia Soul, completely redesigned exterior and interior, $149 a month lease. And 2021 Kia K5, just $182 a month lease. All 36 months with $3149 due at signing, and they all come with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So let's conquer the cold and gear up for winter in your new Kia from Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, or online at KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a new Kia today.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 36-month leases, $3149 due at signing, 0 security deposit, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, $650 acquisition fee, Forte, ME319,038, MSRP $20,625, Soul, M7755,638, MSRP $20,660, K5, MG005560, MSRP $25,725, includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF $695, excludes tax title and license, with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 3/1/21, dealer stock only.
Hi, this is Rob Brown. Join us every Saturday morning on Sports 56 WHBQ from 8 to 10 a.m. and 96.1 FM and the new FM 98.5. We'll be covering the Memphis Tigers, the SEC, college football, college basketball, college baseball. We'll look into recruiting. We'll have guests from around the country with the latest news, the most knowledgeable people out there, the coaches, the players, the people who play the games. Don't forget to join us on the sidelines. Sports 56, 96.1, and the new FM 98.5.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Like the legend of the Phoenix, all ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning?
Imagine dropping this song and then being able to hide. Like nobody knows who you are. But you got this song on the radio. But you can just go out and just hang out and just do you, and nobody knows it's you. Shout out to Daft Punk, man. They played it perfectly, bro.
They did.
I told you I saw the Britney Spears documentary.
I don't know if you did or not. I saw it too.
Yeah, I don't know if I know I told you I was gonna watch it. I actually did watch it. It was really good. Shout out. I'll leave that at that. We got
shout out to who?
To those who put that documentary together. Shout out to Hulu. Shout out to
New York Times, I think. New York Times.
I know, but I was also giving additional praise to Hulu for funding, for putting it on their network.
They just had a deal to just. They're making money on the deal.
New York Times got its own channel to watch this. I didn't think so.
They would put it somewhere.
So
they could easily.
Why it's not everywhere then? Why is it just on?
Because Hulu paid them.
for the exclusive rights to that joint.
Exactly. Shout out to
Britney Spears
for paying. Shout out to Britney Spears. Exactly. That's exactly right. All right. So there was a story. We like positive stories, right? Mm-hmm. The story that came out last night from Baltimore. Baltimore Ravens coach John Harbaugh. It's written by Jamison Hensley of ESPN, and it's a cute little lead. Baltimore Ravens coach John Harbaugh covered the spread, and the NFL season doesn't kick off for another 7 months. Harbaugh quietly paid for everyone's dinner at Jimmy's Seafood Restaurant on Tuesday night in Baltimore. While Harbaugh wouldn't reveal the exact amount, WJZ-TV in Baltimore reported the total bill was at least $2,000. Before leaving, he went to the popular seafood restaurant for a charity fundraiser. He took photos with every fan who asked him, as well as the restaurant staff. Before leaving, he secretly picked up the bill for all 7 families eating there. And Jimmy Seafood has raised more than $430,000 in an effort to save Baltimore bars and restaurants struggling. So that's a nice story.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
I got some questions, though.
All right, shoot. So I thought you were saying there was something weird about this story. I'm trying to figure out what's weird.
Well, there is to me. There's to me. Maybe this is just me, but this perks up my radar, my antenna. Number one, if you secretly paid the bill, how is this within moments of it happening?
You were breaking up. I think you said if he secretly paid the bill, how did the story break?
Yes, if it was so secretly, and then for him, he's quoted. In the story, it says it was 100% my wife's idea.
Peter just, I'm about to send a text into the show myself, man. I'm not even gonna say what I gotta say. I'm gonna text the show my own self, man.
Number 3 said he wouldn't reveal the exact amount. They reported the total bill was at least $2,000. Paid for 7 people's meals. I mean, that's cool. I'm just saying one of my pet peeves is anonymous donation that isn't anonymous. That's sort of like and then there's a story on the front page of like the NFL section on ESPN about this charitable. So I just if you're gonna be charitable, be charitable. Don't make a big fuss out of it. And don't be secret and then get quoted in the story and have that information out there.
I agree with you. Texas says, Peter, you are a major killjoy man. Praying for you.
I appreciate the prayers. I'll take them.
I'm not sure who that number belongs to. Shout out. First time texter.
It's probably to you. Does it start with a 7?
Yeah. No, yeah, go ahead and put my number out there. Yeah.
Does it start with a 7?
It was one number down. Let's get the rest. Hey, bro, I'm gonna tell you how I know I feel big time. Like if I go out to a restaurant and they ask for like the phone number, or whatever. I don't put my whole name, man. I can't be out there just putting Anthony Sain's phone number out there, man. Come on. What are we talking about, man? Can't do that.
You got to get you a burner number for that.
But no, if I was COVID compromised, I'd like to know. So yeah, I put my number.
That's what I'm saying. You got a burner number, but give them a burner number that's not your real number.
They still contacts me or something?
Exactly.
But I don't want them contacting me at all.
I got a burner number that gets back to me. It isn't my number, but it gets back to me.
That's the same thing. If you can call me on that number and it gets back to me, I don't want you to have that number either.
Yeah, but if it's just a number that can reach me, but it doesn't give any information
that you can kill that number and just give a whole
exactly.
Number.
Yeah. It's just that's what it is. So because you're right. There are certain situations where you have to be contacted, but you don't want that out there in the mix all the time. Now, listen, man. I'm just saying. I'm on alert for like fakeness and I'm glad that he did this.
Yeah.
I just like
it's
a very PR. Like I don't like being like manipulated. Like
and I hate to see when people do things in public and then like do things in private. There should be in private and then like post about it on Facebook or like, bro.
Yeah, like, and it's just like I'm just blessed. I'm humbled to be able to give this
get your humble
person
tail off Facebook.
$10 like with a video. Like what?
Yeah, man, get your humble tail off Facebook, dude. Yeah, in front of all 5,000 of my friends and the people who share this
Zach,
video.
Zach, what does the Lord say about this? I mean, Zach's the Lord correspondent. Are you supposed to
Zach
do your deeds?
Misquote this.
You supposed to do your deeds in public in front of everyone? Or are you supposed to do these privately.
No, you do them privately.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you want it to be public, but most of the time you want to do it in private.
Do it in private.
Yeah. Is it a good thing to want it to be public? Like, is that a positive trait?
No.
Are you doing it for the person, or are you doing it for yourself?
Oh, you're definitely doing it for yourself because you're putting all the glory on yourself.
So I'm just saying, like, it's all cool. Like, and maybe maybe I've totally misread this, but it's just I got a pretty good radar for this.
No,
stuff.
it sounds weird because it's like, yeah, it's anonymous, but it has a direct
I think that was the line that drove me crazy. He secretly picked up the bill in a story that is nationally like that is the worst kept secret in America. Like, I mean,
well, Peter, I'll say this: it doesn't take long for who paid for this. Oh, Coach Harbaugh did, and then that blows up into a story. Like that's.
Yeah, but then like
that don't mean that he's like, hey, get
when you call him, you could be like, because I mean, like, look, I mean, like I said, I'm happy that he did this. It's very nice, but you know, a guy paying $2,000 is not an unusual amount of money for a guy that makes millions to drop on a. That's not to me. That's not like front page news.
What you're doing at the restaurant wasn't at 50% capacity.
Exactly, because he picked up 7 people's tabs, not 70.
Right.
You know, I don't. But even if it was 70, like he's, you know, like okay, like that's happened before. Like there's, you know, I hear plenty of stories from servers, and I'm sure you'd have too. Of big time guys that have paid you know $500, $1,000 for a tip, $5,000 for a tip, like and wrote it in and just left and like didn't say anything and like and it's never out in the news. Like it's not news report. I
was a server and Tarek Black came into a restaurant and dropped $100 tip. I was like, whoa, like you didn't call the media like, hey, Tarek Black secretly tipped me $100. You know, like, it was a nice thing for him to do. I guess that's a great thing. That's a great thing to do. Well, in essence, I did tip the media. I'm the media now, so I did tip the media. Tip my own self.
Yeah, because I understand like what saying is bringing up like, you know, people talk and they like there's gonna be a couple people.
I'm not ready to convict this dude for this. Like I don't think this.
Right.
You know,
I'm not ripping the dude. I'm just saying like this is. I want people to understand how easily we can all be manipulated.
He could have been very coy about this.
It could have been a situation where he's here at the restaurant, and if he pays for the whole tab, and people start asking, they're telling all it takes is one waiter or waitress to say it was, you know, and then somebody, I saw Harbaugh here, so did Harbaugh do it? Then somebody reach out to Harbaugh, hey, did you do this? It don't take long.
Right.
It don't take long at all.
That's what I'm
joking, but I don't particularly believe that he set this up to.
It only takes one person to recognize who you are.
Because I don't think he would have called for a press release for spending $2,000. You know what I mean?
But he could have been coy about it. Like
I'm not buying that
part. Well, I got the press release in the mail. I got an email. So.
Yeah, I don't think he's. Yeah, I need somebody over here. Channel 5 News, Jarvis Greer, I need you. Like, nah, man, $2,000, 7 people.
But he could have been a little bit coy about it.
Restaurant's got 14 tables and you pay for half of them. Get out of here, man.
He could have answered. He could have answered guys' question like, "Oh man, like somebody did that. Like that's awfully nice of them."
Yeah, then the people could have just put two and two together. You know, I saw Coach Harbaugh here.
Oh yeah.
And he was walking around checking on everybody, so he probably, you know, paid. And then they probably asked him, "Hey, Coach, did you do this?" Yeah, I did. Yeah,
I mean,
I did. Yeah.
If I would.
Peter, it's such a killjoy, man. And this what the world needs right now is love, and you're like knocking love.
I'm not knocking love. I'm knocking self-love in this case. This is you know, I see it all over. I see it all over this whole situation. Like everybody's just like, I mean, you look at there's a million quietly given stories out. Quietly, very cool gesture, very great. Come on, man. I don't know. Let's not.
Speaking of love and heroes,
I like my quiet gestures actually quiet.
Man, get out of here, man. Let me make sure
give me some real.
Let me make sure this is still a thing before I give him this props. Let me just make sure this is actually still happening. I was about to shout out a local hero. I don't want them to be bombarded by people. Let me see. Yeah, Wednesday today. Champions Pharmacy today is giving out their water, man. Go get their water at 3:00.
There you go.
I might be in line my own, so I need it.
That's fantastic.
Dr. Champion, the true hero, the king of South Memphis.
I mean, all I'm saying is just great. It's a wonderful gesture. Gestures like that are wonderful. I like it when we don't, hear so obviously about it in what appears to be a very calculated situation.
I don't think it was calculated, man. You're wrong, man. You're wrong, man.
I don't like it. He took photos with every fan who asked him, as well as the restaurant staff. Come on!
Well,
who wrote this piece? Who wrote this piece? Come on! What are we doing?
I missed that part. Yeah, it wasn't secret at all.
Here's another quick question, real fast, about all this. Since we're in the middle of all this, when you're if you're at a like I went to go pick up some food the other day. Oh no, I was at Central Barbecue actually. So when I went to go pick up at Central, and I walked in, paid for the food and all that stuff, and I was going to tip cash. I paid credit card, but I was going to tip cash.
Mm-hmm.
I like to try to tip cash if I can because it's just easier that way. Now here's my question.
You already just spreading COVID all over the city, but you're knocking this man for.
No. Here's my question.
Your disgusting cash.
So do I? Since I'm not going to write that tip on the credit card, and since it might be perceived that I'm like not leaving a tip at all, do I have to very conspicuously put the tip in the tip jar and like drop it in so they can see that I am doing this? Because if I write just like cash on the tip thing, they might think I'm just trying to like not tip at all.
Right.
But I don't want to call attention to myself, be like, check out this tip I'm giving you, bloop, that kind of thing. I don't like to make a big deal out of it, but I also like don't want them to think I'm not tipping at all. Like that's
Peter.
What's the rule on that? What do I do? What do I do there?
You're asking the wrong person. Because I'm a petty dude, and I've been in restaurant situations where I've been what's the word? Prejudged or like I can tell people this dude
stereotyped.
Yeah, stereotype. Like this dude ain't gonna tip, whatever. And I've had to flex with the tip and when it's time to pay the bill. Because I was at Waffle House not too long ago, and when I go, like I never did the civil rights seats, the oppression chairs. What are they called? Sitting at the bar.
Counter.
Yeah, I never did. I don't do that. Yeah. Like I'm not. Like under no condition am I sitting.
Call them the civil rights seats.
Because that's what it looks
civil
like.
Civil rights chairs.
Looks like a walk. Looks like a sit-in. Looks like you're sitting.
Well, yeah, like Woolworths. So it's not 1950.
I'm expecting somebody to come. Exactly, it's not 1950, so I'm not sitting at that. Yeah. I'm not sitting at something that looks like somebody's gonna come put a cigarette out on me. Like I'm not doing that at all. So yeah, I'm not. Sorry, Waffle House. There's another restaurant in Memphis that looks too civil rights-ish, so I just don't go in. But I'll let y'all figure out what that place is. But looks like oppression. But looks like they don't want us in there. But no, yeah. So I tip flex sometimes, man. Like if I know that's happening.
But aren't you giving money to people who like if you think they don't?
No, it don't be from the waitress.
Aren't you rewarding them for?
Not the waitress. I can tell by I can tell by the waiter or the waitress sometimes too. But I do what's right whether you're doing right by me or not. You know what I mean? So I don't. I'm a tip when I'm a tip regardless. Like I always tip well when I go to a restaurant. So, but yeah, I had to tip flex on people sometimes because I went to Waffle House and anyways when I go in there, like I ain't sitting on the civil rights seats, right? So, like I tell a lady I want to sit, right over here, but Waffle House prefers not to give a full way to one person, especially when they're at half capacity. You know what I mean? So the lady was like, so I told the lady, like, you want to sit here? I said, no, I'm waiting for this particular table because it's the most socially distanced table at the restaurant. And the lady was like, my waitress came back and she was like, yeah, my manager was giving me grief about letting you sit over here by yourself. I said, oh yeah, that's fine. And I gave the lady a nice tip and I made sure she saw the tip so she could feel validated in sitting me, VIP. So so sometimes you got to tip flex on these folks, bro. I ain't mad. I ain't mad at Coach Harbaugh.
It's like,
what I'm saying is I'm not the best person to ask because I tip flex. So.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, is that the right thing to do? I don't know.
No,
I quietly picked up the tab for, one family in the restaurant, which was mine.
Tipping silently, man.
Exactly. I don't know, but I feel like I want them to be aware that I'm not trying to stiff them. Like I feel like some people probably just don't tip at all or whatever, and I don't want that to be the case. But if you don't see it, then I'm not sure you're going to believe it. So. I don't know. It's a weird one for me. When we come back, we're going to wrap up this edition of the show with a look back at the All-Star game and an update on Tiger Woods' situation as well. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56.98.5, 96.1.
Spend your lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 Middays.
Lunchy munchy.
Weekdays from 10 till 1 on Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
It may be cold outside, but your deals keep getting hotter and hotter, Jeff. Hey, let's conquer the cold and gear up for winter with the Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah President's Day sales event.
We got you covered, Randy. Let's talk. 2021 Kia Forte, $133 a month lease. 2021 Kia Soul, redesigned inside and out, $149 a month lease. And a 2021 Kia K5, $182 a month lease. All just 36 months, $31.49 due at signing.
That's what I'm talking about, Jeff. Plus, every Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah comes with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah, 2680 Mount Moriah, or KiaMountMoriah.com.
All 36-month leases, $31.49 due at signing, 0 security deposit, 10,000 miles per year, 20 cents excess mileage, $650 acquisition fee, Forte, ME3 19,038, MSRP $20,625, Soul, M7755 $638, MSRP $20,660, K5 MG 005560, MSRP $25,725, include all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF $695, excludes tax filing license, with approved credit, see dealer for complete details, offer valid through 3/1/21, dealer stock only.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
2021 is finally here. Might I suggest we start the wonderful new year with a makeover for your beautiful house. I'm Brian Elder. I'm a roofer. I fix roofs. Don't let them tell you that it has to be replaced when all it may need is some love. 867-0303. Let me love on your roof. I've made quite the reputation over the last decade as the guy to call after the insurance company denies the claim. Overturning a claim that has gone bad is an art form where you argue county code, manufacturer specs, and details of your policy that they have to abide by. So let me see it first. If I say it's a claim, it's a claim. 867-0303. Money is free at Brian Elder Roofing with 0% financing for half a decade. I'll measure your roof from outer space and get you a quote right over the phone. 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Did you know nearly 40% of men under 40 and over 75% of men over the age of 40 experience sexual performance concerns? At the Memphis Men's Clinic, their experienced physician performs a comprehensive evaluation that determines which specific issues may interfere with your sexual performance. These issues can vary and range from anxiety to medical issues, low testosterone, or erectile dysfunction. The Memphis Men's Clinic has evaluated hundreds of men of all ages over the years and reestablished a normal sexual life. The Memphis Men's Clinic will work aggressively to resolve issues and allow you to restore your sexual health and overall well-being. That's the Memphis way. If you're 20 years old or 90 years old, come and get cared for the Memphis way. Treatment that's based on your specific needs after a professional clinical evaluation by their experienced board-certified physician. Call the Memphis Men's Clinic today at 901-443-0475 or visit memphismensclinic.com.
I want to do some bragging rights. Hey, I was just the other day overhearing a conversation with Big Mike, the manager of DeSoto Auto Sales. They've got people buying cars all over the country. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas. People from all over the country buy cars at DeSoto Auto Sales in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Why? DeSoto Auto Sales has the most stringent car inspection in America. They get it right the first time. Quality and low mileage, factory warranty on most vehicles. My favorite part is the people who work there. Big Mike, all the employees are professional, friendly, and go that extra mile. Expect as you walk in the door, you're treated like family. DeSoto Auto Sales understands your time matters. We can help you find your dream car and get all the paperwork finished in less than an hour. Come see us at DeSoto Auto Sales and be part of our family. Have a great buying experience every time. 662-890-7184.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Coming up next is Middays. They'll have more on what's happening with the Tigers tonight. Gonna have more what's happening with Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods recovering. Sounded pretty nasty, though, I have to say.
Yeah.
He had multiple breaks in that tibia. It broke the skin. Had to reset the whole thing. with screws and stuff. Do you think is he ever going to be back? Anthony Sane.
I don't think he will, and I don't really, like I was talking about earlier, that's the least of my worries, man. I'm just glad to see that he's fine. And I want to see the man walk again. I want to see him, like we talked about, get over it, because it's going to be a battle. Is he going to be a battle against pain or a battle against pain relievers? So, that's what I'm really rooting for more than anything.
I think that's a fair point. Yeah. Was Mike Conley snubbed?
No,
he was not an all-star.
To be a snub, I mean, there's somebody else that shouldn't have been there. Everyone that's an all-star is deserving to me. And they're more deserving than anybody that they're saying is not. So, no. Mike Conley, no. Sorry.
Who will replace Anthony Davis as the injury?
It's fiction.
Who?
Not Dwight Booker. Devin Booker.
Dwight Booker. Dwight Booker.
Dwight Booker that works at Greg's. Elvis Presley. Store manager.
Dwight Booker. Foot Locker store manager. Dwight Booker.
Your hard work is paid off, Dwight. Dude, to kill you.
Jack Levine is an all-star as well. He's, of course, he's over at K Jewelers. Yeah. He's the night manager over there. Congratulations, dude.
Pirtle's Chicken, the official sponsor of the All-Star game.
Oh, was Zion a deserving all-star?
Oh, for sure. Yep, hands down. And this is
Will
somebody.
the Tigers win tonight? This is.
Oh yeah, we're gonna win.
Yeah,
Tigers winning, man. The official station of Tiger basketball. The official show and station.
Before we end, did you see the text?
Yeah, man. Texas says, "I don't eat in the civil rights seats either, brother." It's like it's like you can hear "Keep Your Eyes on the Prize" theme song when you walk in. It's oddly from the same number that texted the last one.
It's amazing. This
who is that
guy? Who's this new texter we have is coming out hot. That's incredible.
Keep your eyes on the prize, oh Lord. I just want an all-star, man. I just came for an all-star special. I just came for an all-star special.
I just want a cup of coffee,
yeah,
please.
I don't need the field.
So you get a round of applause for sitting there?
Yeah, man, I'm out, man. I can't do it. Like, I seriously can't do it. Like, I can't do it at all.
That's good stuff right there. We got to go. Coming up next, of course, it is Middays. Greg and Eli, they've got you covered. Thank you very much to Coach JJ for the inspiration this morning.
Sir.
Hope you guys learned a little something from him. Thanks to Rob Fisher as well. Got a big show for you tomorrow. Hope you enjoy it. We'll talk to you then.